Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Please see you around a bit. It's going well. Oh, that didn't go away when I was offline. Son of a... Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Please see you around. Hope your day's going well. Man, I thought that thing was going to go away when I was offline. Son of a... Alright, well... Hello, 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 Neo. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Please see you around. Hope your day's going well. We're here today on a World of Warcraft Wednesday. Hello, 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 Izanami. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Partly because I'm addicted to World of Warcraft. Also partly because I need a game where I don't have to talk a lot or like pay attention to the game so we can just like talk to each other, because we have a whole bunch of Xenoblade news we need to talk about. I mean, a whole bunch. I mean, the one thing that was in today's video. Hello, 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 John. Welcome to the stream. That ends an hour before it. Hey, rest up. I hope you get home safe after it. That sounds rough. Best of luck. Okay, so... Salvaging the past. It says my quest NPC is here, but he's nowhere to be found. Salvaging the past. Sanctum of the Moon... Right. So where is he? Where'd he go? Is he over yonder? Where the hell is this guy? Is he dead or something? Where is he? I can't believe the guild name is called the BBL Bandits. That's insanely next level. Might be one of the best guild names I've ever seen. Frickin' BBL Bandit. Your stream festival. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. Where the hell is this NPC? I wanted to my quest in.
The eternal sun guides us.
Not Deathstalker. I need Magister Derenis. Hello, 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 Esther. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. I'm honestly not expecting, like, anything drastic for Xenoblade tomorrow at all. It's like, I don't think the announcement that we talked about in today's video with the leak with the voice actor, I don't think that's a tomorrow thing. I think maybe... I know there's always, like, 3 directs in the year. I always remember one in February and September. There's another one. What's the other one? I think the Xenoblade announcement will probably be in one of those other 2. I don't think we see it tomorrow because it's a partner direct. I mean, it's possible, don't get me wrong. It could be like Xenosaga. I would love that. I doubt it. Or it could be like Xenoblade Warriors. I kind of doubt that too. But... brother, I cannot find this fucking NPC for the life of me. Where is it? Let's go kill some spiders. June. Oh, okay. I could see June. June wouldn't be, like, outside of the realm of possibility. It really depends on the release date. Man, put devotional up. Alright, thankfully res sickness will be going away soon. Let's head over to the Sanctum of the Moon. Enjoying a chocolate frosty? Hey, sometimes that's all you need. Console release yet? Yeah. I feel like they're definitely working on some stuff. Hello, hello, Fubuki. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. June, thank you, Neo. Yeah, so it's like... if we're seeing Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition or like the Switch 2 versions, one that doesn't necessarily require a Nintendo Direct... they could just, like, yap about it on Twitter, then, like, drop it. They could do that. Could also be the case of they're not going to see an announcement until, like, the June one. And if it's Xenoblade 4, I would imagine that would be the September Direct. I actually don't foresee many announcements tomorrow that would appeal to me overall. It's like, it's possible, don't get me wrong. It's just, I kind of doubt it. Because, like, They're probably going to show off like FF7 Rebirth. I already have it on PC and PlayStation. I don't need it on Nintendo, but cool. They'll probably show off Resident Evil. I'm not a Resident Evil guy, but I hear the Resident Evil 9 game apparently runs pretty dang well on the Switch too, so that's cool to see. What else is probably going to be there tomorrow? I've seen some conspiracies that, like, maybe we can see Bloodborne there. I doubt that, but that would be also sick. I would love that. So imagine Bloodborne comes out on the Switch too, and that's the only version at 60 FPS. Now the times they are changing. An Elliot release date. I would love to see that myself. Elliot is still on track to probably be a front runner for Game of the Year for me. That game looks insanely good. I cannot wait for Elliot. Another look at Orbitals. I don't recall that one. Maybe we see some like Pragmata Switch 2 version. Has that already got announced yet? I feel like what we're going to see, by the way, is every Japanese studio making sure their game gets out on the Switch 2. That thing's doing insanely well in Japan, and it like continues to do so. I don't even know if like hardcore Nintendo fanatics expected the Switch 2 to do this well. Like in terms of sales, it's actually insane. Please thank that guy. I keep misspelling, cocksucker. There we go. I have my like microphone cable right above my keyboard. New Monster Hunter release date. Is that a new Monster Hunter coming out? Or is it like the expansion pass for Wilds? I know that... Ah, fuck. Oh, I gotta walk in here. We're kind of fine. Hold on. I got the shaman down quickly. I must have gotten a few good procs. Get over here. I need righteousness seal for that one. Oh, thank God we got some milk. That can restore my mana. That's huge. Oh my God, I got a condensed mana powder as well. That's huge. Jester can restore my mana in combat now. For 60 FPS Bloodborne, I would too. It feels off at 30. It's because it's not even like a constant 30. It's an inconsistent 30, which is like the worst. It's one of the reasons I haven't gone back to Bloodborne. It plays like dog shit. Oh, Monster Hunter Stories, right. I always forget those games exist. I wouldn't be surprised if we see like Wilds for like the Switch 2 now that they've like started to get some good optimizations going for it. I need a body. I can't body pull because the shaman can just range me down. Okay. Okay, come on. I need a... Good, good, good. We managed to land that hit. I need one more shaman. Problem is, if I pull 2, I know how Paladin plays at low level. It's not particularly good against anything but single target. And current optimization. Yeah, me neither, really. But apparently, they got the thing to run on a Steam Deck. I don't know how well it actually runs. Oh, that might mean nothing. Huge. Oh, I got a scroll too. I still need a scavenger. Oh. I think they need a shaman kill. I'll help them get it. You still so bald. Hello, 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 Ultima. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Pleasure seeing you around. Alright, I need a scavenger over there. Can I body pull this thing? I managed to snag this guy. Okay, I need 2 more scavengers. Ooh, calico pants. I think those are the guys from Monster Hunter. Because we skinned one of them alive. Yeah, what else do we expect to see at the Direct tomorrow? It's like Elliot, probably. I imagine we're gonna see Rebirth. It would be crazy if we saw like an announcement for like the 3rd remake game. At 6 a.m. That's just me whenever Final Fantasy XIV has to do like an early morning show. Over what is in that Direct tomorrow. Yeah. For those who don't know what's going on with the Xenoblade stuff. So, a voice actor who voice acted Cosmos, Telos, and Nim in Xenoblade 2 updated like this spotlight page. I couldn't find the page because that website's god-awful. But they updated their web page, the spotlight page, for a listing for a Xenoblade Chronicles game by Nintendo, the role of Cosmos in 2026. So the speculation is that either it's a new Xenoblade Chronicles game because the number was not specified. The only thing specified for the video game was that it was Xenoblade Chronicles. It's like, it could be let me kill this spider. It could be a new Xenoblade game that has Cosmos in it, or it could be another Xenoblade 2 thing, whether that be like Definitive Edition or Switch 2 Edition. Now, what gets really interesting is if the post is just referring to old VO work that is just getting reaccredited as something, or if new VO work was done, because that could imply a couple of things. Either a redub of Xenoblade 2, or perhaps a new story or a new addition to Xenoblade 2 that features Cosmos in it. To some degree. Maybe it's just like battle dialogue if you have the rare blade. Or maybe she has a more prominent role in the story. It's like all up in the air right now. But it's interesting to think about. Astral Chain Switch 2 Edition? Oh, dude. Hello, Richard. Welcome to the stream. Which race would you smash, bro, for real? Well, I feel like human's the baseline, right? Like, that's just a good, like, baseline. I feel like everyone says Janai, though, right? Like, that... Everyone just goes Janai. Hello, Zen. Welcome to the stream. Rex in Cosmos Bikini Ori Riot might be one of the craziest things I've ever read. Well, I'm not gonna say Worgen. I'm certainly not saying fucking, like, orc. Personally, alright, first of all, we're not playing this game. Bro is vanilla as fuck, and then you say elf. Yeah, I don't like vanilla ice cream. I just like vanilla ice cream. That don't make sense. I mean, you're right. I just imagine, like... That's like saying 2 + 2 = 4. Everyone and their mother says like elf, right? That's nothing special. Worgen or Tauren. I forgot to heal. Fuck me sideways. Hold on. Pop shield. Holy light. Whew. Okay, we're good. Picking dwarves is a sussy pick. Is it? Like, if you pick gnome or something, yeah, sure, maybe. But I don't know about dwarf. They're just kind of short. Alright, we need another spider. Not for, like, the smash question. I need it for a quest. Feel like I have to specify that now. Said the guy that shows human when there's a lot more races I can't. Alright, you want me to lock in a real answer? Janai, you're welcome. Yeah? I don't care about the hooves. I could ignore that. Wait, what's the most suspect answer, though? Besides, like, the obvious one, which is, like, gnome. I'm a Monster Boy fan. Hey, to each their own. That's fine. I like honest people. Full para. I don't shame you because honestly, same. This is why you come to the channel, because I spit nothing but facts and logic. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about spitting with the current conversation. I'm trying to think. Is there like a better answer than Janai? I can't think of one. Besides like elf, honestly. That's just obvious. I do miss the days when WoW like baked in like these fog mechanics into the zone design instead of just like trying to go for like distance rendering as much as possible. It added a certain allure to these old zones. I don't remember all the races in WoW. Hold on. Let's do some signs real quick. I'll load up live real quick just so we can find out. Just so we can have a actual visual aid for this. Scare me in their tastes. Alright. Create character. Alright. We have human, dwarf, night elf, no, Janai, Worgen, Pandaren, not for me, Drakthir, depends on the form, won't specify which, Void Elf, which is just Blood Elf, but worse, Lightforged Janai, which is just, Janais, but you plug them in, Dark Iron Dwarf, which is just dwarf again, Earthen, they're dwarves, but they're rocky, and also the women have beards. Maybe you're into that. Colterian are just fat humans, like both versions, like legitimately. Mechagnomes are just robots. Then the fucking Harrenir, no one cares about them. I got Orc. That one's just rotted. Cow people. Dragon race is too skinny. I need some bulk. I feel that one. Alright, Troll. Blood Elf. Got what are these, like, hair options, by the way, that they're defaulting to? Pandaren. Drakthea again. Nightborn, which are just skinny night elves. These are Tauren from Canada. These are legitimately just more orcs. Then you have the Zandalari trolls, which not much difference for female, but there's a large difference for male because as male Zandalari stand upright. These guys have a hunchback like a Gamelane. Then you have Volpera, and then just Harrenir. Again, I'm correct. Let's just state that for the record. Alright, now. Back to TBC. Dragon Race is too skinny. I wish there was, like, okay. Putting the Smash conversation slightly aside, I do wish there was another model for the Drakthea to where they had, like, actual bulk and they weren't just dragon twinks. I do kind of wish that was the case. And by kind of, I mean drastically. Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the, this conversation. Good morning, Cosmos. God, if I hear Cosmos' voice tomorrow in any way, I'm freaking out. Here's the real question. Would you smash a Murloc? I would go with no. I'm curious about the chat, though. Dragon Twinks was not the phrase I was expecting today. That's what they are, though. They look like they've had a total of 20 calories in their entire life. How did we dodge? I mean, how did we miss? Murloc Eye. Have you seen the movie Shape of Water? No, I've heard of it, though. Isn't that the one where, like, the woman fucks the fish or something? Get me drunk enough and I'll smash anything nearly. Hello, 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 Noodles. Welcome to the stream. I see this is the second day we're back to the Noodle account. I did miss the PFP. Die already. We miss! Bruh. There we go. The no Zora from Breath of the Wild. Okay. Counter argument then, Fubuki. I see your interests, and I raise you Naga. There's some kinds of similarities between them and the Zora. They're more fish-like, to be sure, but there's some similarities there. Also, I like how I marketed this as a stream where we're talking about Xenoblade news. Now we're talking about smashing fish. What was that one anime that had the famous meme come from it, where it's like, I'm gonna pleasure myself with this fish? Was it Fate? I think it was Fate. Oh, I forgot these, like, Murlocs curse you. Not even curse, they give you diseases. And with the current conversation, I don't know how I feel about that. Do I have a way to heal that? Oh, I do, I have Purify. Wait. Paladin utility. I need to drink milk. I need my mana back. Got milk? Okay, now. Get him over here. Come on. Oh, he's a ranged one. All right, hold on. I can fight you in the water. Day 1 GOG. I would love that personally as well. I feel like we're going to see quite a few ports of the Switch too with just how well it's selling as a console. Fish fuckers are people too, Malls. That's a Tombstone quote. Not for me, but for someone else, you know? Link was gonna hook up with a fish, to be fair, before she filleted herself. Christ. Whenever I think back to Breath of the Wild, I just get more upset. I mean, I guess there was the Warriors game I just never played. But man, I really wish those like Breath and Tears games were just like back in that time period where we interacted with those characters way more. Oh, we get some good drop rates right here. Yeah, I'm not expecting there to be... I'm not going into the Direct tomorrow expecting, like, the moon or anything. They could easily announce something really cool, though. I just kind of hope we get more news for Elliot. That I choose in games is long. Here's a real question. Who did we all romance in Baldur's Gate? I think I'm Team Minthara. She was the one I actually romanced in my co-op playthrough, which was the only playthrough I've done where I've actually beaten the game. Minthara Root is so good, it's peak. Gonna enjoy the show. Yeah, I normally like watching these shows because I just like seeing what new games get announced and seeing all that stuff. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Whoever Jennifer English is, Shadowheart. So I ran into a bit of an issue a minute ago. So I bit my like inner lip like right here, and it's starting to swell and go like in between my teeth. So if I start to sound a little bit weird, that's why. Starian or Minthara. I still can't believe when we played Baldur's Gate 3 on stream, my chat voted for me to have sex with Astarion, so we did that on stream. Radio silent as of late. Was Sky Bennett the one that VO'd Pyra? Because didn't she get like cyberbullied or some shit because she wasn't a big fan of the picture from Blade 3? Because the internet has like the common sense of like, I don't know, a blind sponge. I guess sponges are blind naturally, but still, you get the point. I remember someone was cyberbullied. It was one of the VOs. By cyberbully, I mean just, you know, the typical shit you come to expect with the internet. Jmulls, you okay? I think I taste blood. Yeah, definitely. Problem is, like, my canines are pretty sharp. Hit a little jig for a sickly young man, please. Yo, you got it. Oh, yeah! You can't see my knees, but I'm doing the yoinky sploinky. Just for your sanity. Yeah. So, like, every time I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on with, like, Final Fantasy VII Twitter today. Bro, people get into those shipping wars. Are you a werewolf or vampires with canines that sharp? I don't know. Problem is I have like one canine that like goes like this and the other one that goes like this. So when I bite down my lip, it just like pinches it badly. I do associate Jmulls with dude love. I had nothing against it. I'm just saying. When a guy grows up with Halo 4, yeah, that's a canon event for any dude. Any predictions in the direct tomorrow? We're probably going to see like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for Switch 2. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. I would love to see Adventures of Elliot, which is a 2D Zelda-like game from Square Enix. The demo's on the Switch 2 right now, and it's awesome. I think the demo's still up. There's like a slight possibility with today's news that maybe we see Xenoblade Warriors. I still kind of doubt it because I don't think Xenoblade is big enough of an IP to warrant a spin-off like that. I wouldn't mind being wrong, though. FF16 when? I wouldn't be surprised to see FF16. Oh. It was Mick Foley, right. That was before my time with wrestling. Absorb my year once it drops. I feel like it's going to be the case for a lot of people. A bunch of these games. It gives games a very easy excuse to let you play as a bunch of different characters and have them do really cool things constantly. I mean, I enjoyed the original Hyrule Warriors. Maybe not the original, but I enjoyed the definitive edition. And I think when it comes to like Xenoblade as well specifically, the combat doesn't really do the in-lore weapons and stuff like that necessarily a lot of justice. And I think with a combat system like a Warriors game that is far more fast-paced, that could really allow some of the weapon sandbox and a lot of the various features of the sandbox to really shine and look really dang cool. You help this guy out. Also probably easy to make. I don't know, actually. I could see it. It's like, could you imagine like playing as like Duck from even like a small minor character like Duck from Xenoblade 3, just with like the claw weapons? In a combat system like a Warriors game, just ripping and tearing everywhere. That could be so dang cool. Or just like piloting like a Levnis or Ferronis in Xenoblade 3 in like that world. That could be really dang cool. Or like piloting Siren from Xenoblade 2. You would see otherwise? Yeah, that too. I think that's one of the reasons people quite like the Hyrule Warriors games for the Wrath and Tears timeline. Because the base games, they don't really give you a lot of time for character moments. Those games kind of do. Using Pyra would be dope. Yeah, it would. Like, imagine the animations and attacks she has from, like, Smash Bros. But now you're fighting, like, 1,000 dudes. Imagine 1,000 dudes all saying, "Don't forget me!" I need one more Quelder Eye Ghost. There's one up there. They all play very similar. I feel like it's a case of you have a combat system that quite a few people enjoy, don't really mess with it. You don't need to like overcomplicate something, right? I think it's one of the reasons sports games have like kind of stood the test of time. Well, a lot of people just go, it's like a yearly roster update. What's the deal with that? A lot of people just like that. It's like they like that one thing and they don't really want it to deviate from being that one thing. They just want more of that thing. It's like the same thing with like Call of Duty for the longest time before they kept changing everything. Hello, Bob. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. An all Xeno Warriors game. Oh my god, that would be so good. Just like, I'd be maining Cosmos frame 1, but like Cosmos in a Warriors game, the animation she would be able to have with all her different weapons, next level. When you've played everyone, I feel like for every game at some point when you just played enough, especially for a game like that has a set amount of content, you're gonna run into a wall. It's just a matter of do you get enough value for the money you put in? And the combat there was the worst in the series. I feel like a Warriors type of game, it's very structured for that type of combat. I think one of the few moments in time when they were able to like deviate from that and it worked successfully was like Persona Strikers, because they scaled it back a bit and made it less constant, but they incorporated more Persona 5 elements in between the Warriors combat, and I think it really worked for that. Also, like something to argue for a Xenoblade Warriors game, I wouldn't be surprised if they want to experiment with different combat styles. That's kind of my main conspiracy theory going forward. I think they probably want to like have a massive revision to the combat for a Xenoblade game. Because like if they're of the opinion and line of thinking that I am, the combat's the main thing holding the series back. $1 per hour for I play. I feel like a lot of people think like that. Now, some people will go, I'd rather play a really good short game than a very boring long game. And like, yeah, sure. I think a lot of people would also agree with that. But that's not the market we're in. It's like you have really good short games and also really good long games. And if people have limited amounts of money to spend, why not go for a game you're going to love but get more time out of it as well? It's just like a win-win. The camera is a choice. I don't remember the camera being too bad. Though maybe I'm just blinded by how bad it is in Xenogears. Ooh, 1 male pants. Ooh, 6 more armor? Huge. Dude, they look ugly, though. Ugh. Oh, that color combo? Dude, now you know it's TBC. We're assembling the clown suit. For those who may not get the reference, in the Burning Crusade, the transmog's not a thing yet. So, your character looks based upon the gear that you equip. You can't change the look separately. So, the Burning Crusade is famous for having a bunch of different, let's say, aesthetics on there. So, it's not out of the ordinary to have, like, shoulder pads that are very luminescent and blue, and, like, the rest of your outfit is, like, orange, green, red, shit like that. So you just end up looking like an absolute clown. There's a charm to it, though. Huge. Ooh, green shield. I can disenchant that. Is there anything else I can disenchant? I can disenchant this. Let's go for that. I can disenchant the butch thing. Okay. Ooh, I got strange dust. Nice. Okay. Should be good for now. We need 4 more sentinel spies. Then it might be time to make a trip back to Tranquillion. Ooh, 106. Let's go. Big damage.
Thank you for spawning directly in front of me so I can whoop your ass. I appreciate the cooperation.
Wooden buckler. Gray trash, dude.
Oh, Sentinel leader.
Okay, we need a sentinel spy. You get over here. I need these, like, night elves to have, like, mana pools. Kind of getting boned by that. No, get over here. Not having you body aggro someone else. Okay, get this one. Beautiful. Alright, we're almost level 16. That's nice. Soon, I think when we get to level 16, it'll be about time to visit a trainer. Because I'm going to have a few abilities you can probably pick up. Okay. Let's teleport back to Tranquillion. Turn those quests in. That might get me to level 16. Then go do Rotting Hearts. We also need to go back to Frustrated Enclave soon. Cleave half the party, immediately die. Ah, tale as old as time. See, in World of Warcraft, they would play a hunter.
Your gold is welcome here. Remember the sun well.
These will have to do. Little spice here, pinch of herb there, and then, of course, some arcane ingredients, and voila. Meal fit for a queen, or in this case, a dame.
The reckoning is at hand.
Man, playing through, like, the old TBC Blood Elf zones just makes me hate the new voice acting they got for Midnight, for the Blood Elves. They sound so shit in comparison, it's insane. The old ones are so good.
Yes. Remember the sun well.
Oh, get 2 healing potions? Nice.
Time is of the essence.
Now the more direct course of action that we are going to take to figure out what those night elves are really up to is to have you go to the island and steal any information that you can come by. I want you to head west down the road out of town to Shalonjis Isle, just off the coast. Go there and recover any plans they might have on the island or on their ship.
Course.
Speak quickly. Remember.
Retaking Windrunner Spire.
Discipline.
Return the High Executor Mavrin to Tranquillion in the Ghostlands. Paladin, I want you to reclaim Windrunner Spire. It's an honor, really. Windrunner Spire is the original home of Lady Sylvanas Windrunner, Queen of the Forsaken and former Ranger General of the Elves, but now it's been overrun by the mindless Scourge. This place will be a dungeon in Midnight. To get there, take the road south until it branches, take the right fork. Right, I just follow my map, bro.
Watch your back. Hello.
Hello, Eternal. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. I definitely prefer Old WoW's vibe. Yeah. It's like I'm making an entire video on like the vibe issue with WoW. I still haven't fully decided on the name. It's either going to be like WoW's guy problem, WoW's dude problem, or WoW's masculinity problem, because the game's devoid of it. It's like they refuse to have stuff that really appeals to guys. And I don't know. I think it's a miscalculation drastically. I think they're taking the guy audience for granted. We'll get the miners back to work now. Okay, Epstein. I'm sure they'll be disappointed that their break is over, but there's armor and weaponry to be made, and that requires ore to be mined. Here, take this as payment for doing your duty. Go get your armor and weapons repaired. Have a drink on me.
Farewell.
Wow, 6 silver, dude. Thanks. How much XP do I need? I need actually 52. It's like, I still think I'm going to really enjoy Midnight because there's a lot there that's really dang cool and fun. But like, there's a vibe problem. All I keep seeing is look at this hot lady like it's a gacha game. Wait, which game? I was maintaining because my gear was better, but nah, let's have who has the biggest PP set the off tank. Oh god.
Beware the living.
Excellent. These spines will be invaluable to my research. When I find a cure for the plague and word of my name spreads, I'll make sure to make mention of you. In the meantime, take these as a reward. You might need them if you decide to go back to the coast.
Victory for
Ooh, new cloak. Ooh, I get stamina for this cloak as well. Nice. Was sad to hear that. I mentioned it in tonight's short. Yeah. I'm gonna have to like edit that into the video. I do like what Holly said in retort though, that it's not a problem for Warhammer. And I've been saying this for a while now. Everything that Holly Longdale says, I like.
I haven't got all day.
I think she's probably easily one of the best influences for WoW behind the scenes. She just feels like she gets it every time she speaks on it. I do not need a meaty batwing, bro.
Beware the living.
Okay, we're level 16 now, so I have a new talent point. Look at more parry. Now I have a 2% chance to parry. That's huge.
State your business.
Like it's a gacha game. Oh, yeah. Well, I think one of the points I talk about in the video is I feel like they're taking the male/dude bro demographic for granted and just assuming they're going to stick around, and they're trying to target less masculine dudes and also women. And it's like, that's what it feels like they're trying to target and trying to like get more people into the game because it makes sense business-wise, right? Where they're just going, well, we already have these dudes. They're not leaving. We don't need to like hyper-target them like we used to. Let's go this other route. And I think it's a misplay. I really do. The success at Golden Mist Village takes us another step closer to taking our land back. Don't fool yourself though, Paladin. This fight is far from over. Here, you've earned more than this. You may need it when you go up against Windrunner Village.
Keep your wits about you.
Cosmos, the final battle against the Ghostlands villages is upon you. Windrunner Village to the southwest has been overrun by a large force of the more powerful Scourge shock troopers, Shades and Gargoyles. You will be the spear point of our offensive by thinning out their numbers. The Magisters at the nearby Sanctum of the Sun have made a special request this time. They want the remains from these Scourge to study in hopes of finding creative ways of fighting them. Good luck, or good hunting. Ooh, good ass legs. They're male, and I get 2 strength and stamina from them. That's huge.
Farewell.
Okay, I gotta do that quest. It's like, they're really hesitant to have, like, masculine-facing men. I don't know how else to put it, because that's just what it is. It's like, they are afraid to have like manly men as like the forefront of the story. It's like a legit issue. I should probably move that over. I need to reorganize this. The writing feels far too California. And like a good like TLDR. Nothing bad will happen, right? And it's like, I don't think the issue is like having cozy stuff or having trailers like the housing cinematic and stuff like that. That's fine. But you have to balance it with the old vibes. Because it's not hard and it doesn't take much. Because the old story wasn't even that good. Like, that's the big thing. It's not like you have to tell a story on par with the Heidelin Zodiac arc for Final Fantasy XIV. WoW's story has always been kinda shit. But it was bespeckled with really cool moments that made you go, fuck yeah, dude, this is awesome. WoW just hasn't had that since, like, BFA. Hello, Paris and Backyard. Welcome to the stream.
We will persevere.
The main villain of the series, I think he's a mailman. He used to be a villain. He's kind of a bro now, though. We're waiting for him to come back, so I'm hopeful that when they bring back Illidan, they will, not ruin the character. Like, that's my, like, bar for success with Illidan. By California, do you mean too safe and bland and uninteresting? That and cozy. Like, overly cozy. Where, like, it doesn't belong. I think the best way I put it in the video is the elf from the housing cinematic is basically just Tracer from Overwatch. And it's like that vibe from Overwatch works in Overwatch because the world is like conducive to that style and tone. It doesn't work in WoW.
Keep your wits about you.
It's like you're taking caramel like topping. And like caramel is delicious on like ice cream and stuff like that. But if you're trying to put it on a steak, we're gonna have an issue. Overwatch is ice cream. That doesn't make it bad. It makes it different though. And putting caramel on ice cream complements itself. And tastes delicious. World of Warcraft is steak. It's meat. You have to put spice, seasoning. Maybe a delicious sauce. Not just fucking caramel though. Yeah, it's like Garrosh is a great example. Because, like, I can't fucking stand what they did with Garrosh in Mists of Pandaria. It was a butchering of the character. They should never have turned him into a villain. It was one of the most, like, colossally stupid decisions they've ever made. It's like, WoW's having writing issues isn't a new thing. It's happened all the way back then, too. But they made it cool. Like, even when they did something I think was irredeemably stupid with the character of Garrosh by making him just Orc Hitler in Mists of Pandaria, they still made him really dang cool and they gave him awesome lines. It's like every line of dialogue that dude says in Siege of Orgrimmar is a triple S tier line of dialogue. It's like insanely good. You don't get that with the modern story because they're like hesitant or they just simply don't know how to write masculine looking and feeling dudes. It's a massive weak point in their writing, which is kind of funny because normally when it comes to a lot of writing, it's the female characters that can be compromised and kind of just not feel fleshed out or overly engaging and interesting. WoW has the opposite problem. Where it's like, besides Illyria being really fucking stupid on occasion, I think WoW can do like pretty decent female characters. The guys are compromised though.
Farewell.
Survival knife, that's getting disenchanted.
Hold your head high.
Overwatch 2 now is fish ice cream. Who's it, Chad? And we have one as OP. Yeah.
State your business.
This is dumpster fire. I never really played TBC, so I just wanted to play it. I love Blood Elves and I love the aesthetic in TBC, so I just wanted to play it. I want to at least level through it. Our resources are spread pretty thin here, Paladin, so yeah. Also, I just love the pace of, like, classic WoW. I like these older WoWs. I like both versions. I like both pacings, just, like, nice to break up the flow. The captain has tasked me with overseeing the harassment of the local Shadowpine troll camps, with a policy of keeping them off balance until the day when we can launch a brutal offensive to wipe them out. Until then, we need to we need all the volunteers that we can get so that those Shadowpine troll numbers are decreased. think you could head east to Zebtella and hurt them a little.
The reckoning is at hand.
Is one of the dumbest decisions. It's like, it annoys me so much because
Farewell. Death to all who
I remember Stone Talon Mountains. And like, I get it. That zone apparently wasn't like their intention, and it was just like one of their writers that was in charge of that zone going in their own direction. It was so much better than what they did though. Like the idea of Garrosh Hellscream, son of Grom Hellscream, one of the most important and influential orcs in all of World of Warcraft history. The son learning to no longer just like reject his father's legacy, but understand it's a flawed one. He was an imperfect being. He sought power and was willing to do gross sacrifices to achieve that power, but in the end, he was still a noble soul and was able to sacrifice himself to save all of, well, the orcs. So Garrosh became too prideful of that back in Wrath of the Lich King and had to be reined in. And then in Stone Talon Mountains, he's presented as a character where he's like, he's far more tempered. Where it's like, he's still aggressive. He will still like punch you down in defense of the Horde. But like as a member of the Horde, that's the motherfucker I want in charge. Because he represents the best elements thematically and also narratively of the Horde at that time. But like, because these issues run deep for WoW, it seemed like he was just too masculine of a character, so they decided they have to make him a toxic character and make him a villain, and it's the wrong play, and they keep fucking doing this. They keep either turning really good characters into villains, like what they're really foreshadowing with Terralion, and I already hate that storyline with what they're doing with Terralion, or they just have a bunch of like, how do I put this? Sweet boys. Where they're trying to elicit reactions like, oh, what a sweet boy. And they just keep having that character. Anduin, Eretor, that Night Elf boy from the Night Elf Heritage Quest. Thrall's son in the Orc Heritage Quest, where he's just like a simp for the main character, which is kind of funny. But it's too millennial writing coded to be really special to me. And it's like, you can say what you will about like words like woke and all that. There's reasons these words are spreading. And it's because there is like this feeling that is pervasive across a lot of writing nowadays, where it all feels of a similar vein, as if it's trying to avoid the things people fell in love with all those years ago. We need to go back to Fostrator Enclave. Ooh, level 18. I'm too under level for that. Then modern WoW's vibe. It's like, the sad thing is, I think they are legitimately trying to have really cool things happen, especially in the War Within. It's just, they're not as good. There's like another thing I talk about in the video that I'm making, where it's like, in the War Within, they had an earthen dwarf dive bomb from his griffin into a meadery that has been like flooded. Like, we deliberately flooded the meadery with mead because it's being invaded by the Nerubian spider people. He dive bombs off his griffin, yelling, holding a torch to ignite the mead in a giant blaze of glory to go out, and that's how he dies. That is a really cool concept for a scene, especially if I had to kill a dwarf. Having said that, they use that fuck-ass animation style where it looks like a bad parody of like a 2000s era machinima, and you can't take it seriously because the animation quality is so giga shit. It's like, I appreciate the idea, but you have to at least give it like something that doesn't look meme-worthy. Or like when Anduin jumped off like the airship to fight the Nerubians when you're going to Ashgahed for the first time. And it's like, they wanted that to be a really cool scene, but then they only had him like swing his sword like twice before he gets surrounded and then off-screened before we see him again later on in the story. Or like in the Midnight Cinematic, where it's like Lord Thamar says he's like basically 1v1ing Xalatath at this point because she's basically dusted everyone else. She's trying to take over his mind, and he goes, "You can't even break one elf." Badass line. What happens immediately afterwards? Lord Thamar gets like a seizure because of Xalatath. And then when they have the, once again, on your left scene, with the Army of the Light coming in to rescue, to save Lord Thamar at the end of the cinematic, right as the battle actually starts to kick off and adrenaline starts to course through the air, they end the fucking cinematic. It's like, they want it to be cool, and I get what they're trying to do with that, where it's like, yes, the cinematic ends because that's the exact moment the Midnight story begins, and you play after that point. It's like you spawn into Silvermoon, and then you play right after that point ends. However, it makes the cinematic feel incomplete and just blue ballsy. They need to learn how to aura farm again, because a lot of the modern writing and tone just completely lacks aura. I wonder if there's a way. There's a part of me that wants to go back to Silvermoon to talk to my trainer. There's also another part of me that feels like I don't really need anything. But like, it's Paladin. I'm gonna be mainly auto-attacking anyways, unless I get a really good seal. And it's like, I feel like one of the best little microcosm examples for the issue with the modern tone is basically what Chris Metzen said. And it's like, that's the one individual you would hope would not say something like this. And maybe it was taken a little bit out of context. It was just a bit of a joke or a passing thought and wasn't that serious. But the problem was that it was even uttered to begin with. The idea is like, I kind of regret naming it that we named it Warcraft. It feels too aggressive. That's the exact issue. Let the story, let the tone, let the world feel aggressive. It's World of fucking Warcraft. This is why people say put the war back in Warcraft. Because that tone, that feeling of lacking coolness, lacking aggression, lacking things that traditionally appeal to a male demographic, which is the exact audience that WoW has cultivated since 2004, that is the kind of stuff guys are looking for. But as is kind of the case with a lot of like California and West Coast writing, it feels like they view trying to attract dudes and target dude preferences to be a bad thing. This is one of the reasons we're having this giant culture shock when it comes to like entertainment in Western media right now. It's because people pick up on this shit passively. And when you tell them it's not an issue or that you're wrong to think like that, that causes people to start to grow resentment towards you. To see Xenoblade popping off in my notifications. I'm glad we're seeing more excitement for Xenoblade, yeah. Remember that trailer with the Lich King good times? Exactly. It's like the entire Wrath of the Lich King cinematic has better writing than all of Wrath of the Lich King besides like the Fall of the Lich King and also like the Wrathgate. But like realistically, what even is the Wrath cinematic? It's legitimately just Arthas the Lich King standing there aura farming the entire time, and his dead father gives a speech reminiscing to like the potential he once had as an individual. Hello, middle. Welcome to the stream. Do you think the blue dot is Cosmos? I want it to be. I think it could be like two things. It's either like supposed to represent in like a symbolic way, not a literal way, Cosmos making it back home. I think what it actually is, though, is the White Whale 2 from the end of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, product provided by Nintendo. I think that's what it's supposed to be physically. Or they're doing a debate, and it's actually both. And, like, the blue dot at the end of 3 Future Redeemed is actually Cosmos, but then they do Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition to make us believe that it is the White Whale 2 and only the White Whale 2, and it turns out to actually be both. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Yeah, oh my god, a photo mode in Xenoblade would go so hard. Alienate your audience and business follows who knew. Exactly, Neo. Like 100%. You cannot vilify your exact audience. It's like a lot of people wonder why things get so politicized nowadays. And it's like that whole conversation with what we just had relates to politics with like maybe 2, maybe 1 degree of separation. It is not a far jump. You can't just vilify your audience for liking the things they like. That's stupid as shit. And it's like with Obsidian and them like announcing lately that the Outer Worlds 2 underperformed. Of course it did. Duh. It didn't look that good. It looked fine, don't get me wrong, and there were some things that looked impressive to it. But there's so many like Western studios, specifically West Coast US studios, because it's a culture thing, where they just don't understand the important shit.
What do you seek?
And it's something I'm noticing a lot more with a lot of like Western games. They don't advertise based on characters. Because the characters are shit.
Keep your wits about
Like, look at the logos for things like Avowed and Outer Worlds 2, both by Obsidian. It's like the fucking cover art isn't one of the main characters. And when you look at a cast of characters, they all look heavily generic. Nothing and nobody that's memorable. And I'm sorry, for an RPG, characters are super important. And if you fuck that up, people aren't going to be that invested.
We will have justice.
There's so much writing that is afraid to be aggressive, slightly even remotely controversial, and there's a lot of writing nowadays that feels like it's more designed to please people on Twitter and to, I guess, virtue signal, saying, hey, look, my politics in writing this story are pretty good, don't you agree? Look, we're talking about feelings here. That makes it an emotionally compelling story, right? No, you have to make me actually care about it. It's not a matter of subtlety. It's not a matter of if it's in your face of them being subtle. You have to tell it well. Hello, Dominion. Welcome to the stream. I haven't played WoW in years. It's a really good game. I think they are doing a lot of good stuff with it. However, it's like relating back to like what we're talking about. There's a few like key elements they just don't get or just don't view as important issues. It's like they still fuck up the tone in that. They're getting slightly better at that. But like it shouldn't be something that gets better with like incremental changes, in my opinion. It should be like, oh, okay, let's make this cool again. It doesn't take much to fix it. But like they're dragging their nuts with it. But it's like, I would still argue, the WoW sub right now is arguably one of the best deals in gaming. It's insane how much value you get out of this fucking thing. Because not only do you get Retail WoW, which is about to have an expansion later this month with early access, but also on top of that, you get the Burning Crusade, Vanilla WoW, and you also get Mists of Pandaria. That's like 4 versions of World of Warcraft, and you can dump insane amounts of hours into any one of those versions. It's an insane value proposition. When Sylvanas Burn told you so, yeah. As a Horde player, though, hey, fuck that trait. But, like, yeah. I hated the fact they turned into a villain. I am interested to see what they do with Sylvanas going forward, because the writing right now is kind of like boiling down to them saying, yeah, we fucked up with Shadowlands. We're basically retconning all that shit. We're going to try to salvage some various storylines and make them somewhat compelling. The Warriors genre, pure slop. Some people like the Warriors style, some people don't. I think they have potential. It's like, I love Persona 5 Strikers, for instance. Was done more naturally. There was a... I don't know how true it is. Who remembers that report from a while back for Blizzard, where they had, like, this diversity wheel, where the idea was, it was like a ranking system, and it would like rate how diverse one of their characters was, and they would use this in like production. I don't know if this was actually true, or if this was just like a Twitter theory or something. But I think it's very abundantly obvious subconsciously for people when a character feels like it's designed to hit a checkbox instead of like being designed to tell a compelling story. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with having diverse characters, but they have to feel more than just like they are here simply to be diverse. That's the main issue. You have to give them good writing. But the problem is, a lot of the time, my opinion, a lot of like Western writers view just simply having diversity to be enough. That's one of the biggest writing issues I think we're running into. Oh my Rex, hello, Cross. God, seeing like the cast of Xenoblade 2 and X meet together would be so big. I mean, we got that a little bit with Elma and Xenoblade 2, but still. I mean, people are entitled to their opinion on anything, absolutely. But I think for me, what defines a game to be like slop is if it feels like it exists simply to get something out the door and isn't like that good, compelling, or interesting as itself. I don't know if I would argue Warriors games to be like that, though. You know, like, didn't people love, like, Fire Emblem Warriors? Quite a few people like, Hyrule Warriors, the multiple different versions of it. I know, like, Age of Calamity is a little bit, like, iffy. Persona 5 Strikers generally is beloved. I love it. I don't know how likely a Xenoblade Warriors thing it actually is. I just don't think Xenoblade as an IP is big enough to warrant a spin-off like that yet. Aw, dude, huge. Freaking Healthstone. That's so good. Dragon Quest Warriors. Does Dragon Quest Warriors exist? I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't really watch other Xenotubers. It's like generally if it's a game that I cover a lot, I don't really watch a lot of content for it. Because I don't really want like other people's opinions and perspectives to color my own. Like the one exception really is like I love watching like Bellula videos for like World of Warcraft. I like watching like Mr. Happy and Jesse Cox videos for Final Fantasy XIV as well. That's really it. I don't really watch anyone's videos on Xenoblade. I never really have, besides like Etika's reaction to the end. There was also like one VTuber back in the day that played through Xenoblade, and I watched that. She was funny as shit. Horde and Alliance need to go back to being petty and racist after the saga. Well, to be fair, they had a bit of that in Midnight between the Amani and the Blood Elves. It's like, shit, there's an entire quest in Midnight where the Amani invade, like, Eversong, and you just run through them, kill them, and you put, like, Blood Elf flags in the corpse. It's like, they're starting to get better. Poker Night on Steam. Oh, what's Poker Night? Oh, did they take it off because like gambling or something? Yeah, I do watch Enel. I did watch Enel quite a bit for like guides. For like 2 and a couple for X. Enel's guide on like how to get like the online currency for resources was huge. I still use that. What if it's Molly Blade the Gear Saga? That would be too peak. They'd be afraid to do it. Come on, I need Troll Juju. I need these things to drop it. I don't need more linen cloth, game. Drink some milk. We're from different games? Why do I not remember this? Its sequel had Claptrap and GLaDOS. That's crazy. I think one of the main reasons I just like never really got into like watching a lot of Xeno YouTubers and stuff like that is like no hate or anything. It's just like I started to get like big into Xenoblade with 2. I was a fan of X, but I didn't even realize it was part of a larger series until later on. And I love Xenoblade 2 so much, and I just got so tired of like online discourse surrounding that game. I'm like, I love this game. I love this game so much. I'm tired of seeing hate for it. So I just kind of like ignored it. There needs to be competitive racism, by the way. Races like in Elder Scrolls, Baldur's Gate, and Star Wars. I think you're like, yes, but I think it's like compelling in a way because it's like competition. Like World of Warcraft is based on the backbone of Horde versus Alliance. Like you pick your side and it's like a sports team. You stand your side.
Victory lies ahead.
Bro, this troll juju has like barely any chance to spawn. I mean, drop. Unless we get a Xenoblade dating game, that'd be insane. Xenoblade dating sim, I would lock in so hard. I would have like route guides and everything. Oh, thank God, more troll juju. Okay. We need to heal. Unless you invite. Yeah, I think it's one of the biggest flaws with like Xenoblade combat in a lot of ways. It's so heavily based and inspired on it, like hotkey based MMORPGs, but it's with a controller. I think the input system in like 2 and 3 is better. But I feel like you lose the utility some of the abilities you had in 1 and X give you. Like, for like an MMO combat system, you need a balance between regular damage and also like utility, support, and stuff like that. I would love a Xenoblade game where the MC is like Adult Rex. Not necessarily just Adult Rex, but like that macho kind of dude, you know? For my friend's brother. Yeah, when I played Call of Duty back in the day, I would always just like use like friend parties. I never really like operated in a public party like that. I would always just mute other people. Same with like Halo. You think they can return to turn-based? I wouldn't be overly surprised if they did. But I don't think they're going to. I think they would probably view that to be too big of a departure for Xenoblade. And Xenoblade finally is getting brand recognition and it's becoming like a popular series somewhat. I don't think they stray too much from that. I think the main thing they need to do is just make the combat system in Xenoblade far more snappy. A lot of animation that just take too long. They're not responsive enough. And cooldowns and like downtime could be a massive issue. It's like you shouldn't have to build into having like no downtime necessarily. The combat needs to be good from the get-go. You should unlock special moves. Nice. And Blade is action-based. I mean, if they actually continued Xenosaga, I wouldn't mind that personally. I don't see really a continuation of Saga ever happening. Mainly because I think that what they're going to do is just have the continuation be Blade. Or they'll just, like, do a different name, but keep the name Xeno. Or just, like, keep the name Xenoblade. I don't think they move away from the name Xenoblade. It's, like, narratively, sure, they could probably make it make sense, absolutely. But just in terms of a business, like, perspective, it's like you finally have brand recognition with Xenoblade. I don't think you just drop that at all and risk it. Especially when it comes to, like, Nintendo, after the whole Wii U thing. People are too stupid. No, I mean, I misspoke there. Not that people are too stupid. You can't expect, like, the general audience to be paying this much attention to everything. It's not fair. People have, like, their own lives and shit. It's like, not everyone is gonna, like, spend so much time thinking and caring about, like, a series like I do with Xeno. It's not fair to expect that. The cooldowns killed Xenoblade for me. Yeah. It's like people keep like trying to say, oh, it's like the anime thing. oh, Xenoblade is far too anime forward. Xenoblade 2 is the best-selling one. That's a load of shit. It's like anyone that says that, by the way, doesn't know what they're talking about, or they're just wrong. Xenoblade is not too anime. There are other series that are far more anime forward that are way more popular than Xenoblade. It's not an anime thing. It's a combat thing. It's a gameplay thing. The flow of combat and the gameplay itself doesn't like attract general audiences. It's very, very niche. I like it, but I also have spent so much time trying to understand the thing. I have watched guides for it. You can't expect other people to do that. The tutorials and Xenos of combat, that should be enough to be fun and engaging. And this also has to apply. Hold on. For some reason, the frame rate took a shit there. I think we're good now. I think normally when that happens, the audio's fine. So, did you all hear me as I was ranting there? I think for me, you're fine now? Okay, cool, thank you. It's like, you should be able to show people like 5 seconds of the combat system for it to be readable, clear, and fun and engaging. Or look fun and like people go, I kind of want to play this. Xenoblade does not pass that check in my opinion. I agree, general audiences have far too short of an attention span. And I don't think the right play is to simply try to go the way of we need to attract as many people as humanly possible and go for like general audiences. That's always like a misstep a lot of companies go in. However, I do think it's fair to say that the combat system in Xenoblade is probably too niche and can benefit from some massive revisions. I don't think you have to like abandon it wholesale, but I do think if you speed things up a bit, make animations far more snappy and short, that could go a long way. Yeah, Monolith also suffers from like not detail, system bloat. It's just like there's so many different systems that interact with each other and work off of each other to where it's like, if you just play a Xenoblade game and you're like, okay, I think I'm playing this correctly, you may just happen to forget a core system because you're focused on the other 4. It's like, it's so easy to forget about like pouch items in Xenoblade 2, and they're so important. Yeah, I agree, Ultima. It's like, in my opinion, the moment someone feels the need to use a guide to understand your combat system, that is a failure in the game to, like, explain how the combat system actually works. And it needs to be revised. Like, Monolith tutorials have always sucked. I'm playing through Xenogears, trust me, I know. But even then, it's, like, not as bad. But, like, when it comes to, like, the Blade games, there's so many different systems that work with each other, they don't explain them well, and it's super easy because the UI tends to be shit. Or at least not as good as it could be. It's so easy to forget 1 or 2. And then you're doing way less damage, you come across a boss fight, and you're like, wow, this is super hard, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, I'm pressing my buttons, I feel like I'm pressing my buttons correctly. But you have a bad build. Because you don't know how to, like, synergize various stats together. Or you're ignoring a core system and you're like missing out on a bunch of power because you just forgot it existed because you're focused on the other 4. Hello, Eosurin, welcome to the stream. It's like, I see the appeal of the many systems as well, and I don't necessarily think having a bunch of systems is a bad thing. It's a very subtle difference in my opinion. The problem is, I think a lot of those systems are, 1, easy to miss because they're scattered about the UI everywhere and like the main menu, but also they generally tend to be like poorly explained. Certain amount of merch, yeah, absolutely, I don't see the problem with that. People try to be way too strict when it comes to like labels like that. It's like, if you love Xenoblade it shouldn't matter, like, if you don't know every piece of lore. It's like, I don't probably know every piece of lore. I haven't been in Xenogears yet. Probably a couple of things that I've forgotten about myself. I would still, like, classify myself as, like, a massive fan of Xenoblade, and I own no merch. I'm not a merch guy. At least right now. You have to have everything, including all the body pillows. Yeah, you're only a true fan if you have all the body pillows. That's the real point. Don't make the combos too complicated. Like that too, yeah. It's that simple. I tend to agree, Usain. Some people can be like way too gatekeepy when it comes to stuff like that. I feel like I want to turn some quests in to get a level 17. Get the level 17, get into the pointed parry. And I might be able to get something good that should make farming those trolls easier. Would you say it's a good collection? It sounds like an amazing collection, yeah. It's like way down the line. I wouldn't mind getting a bunch of merch myself. Hello, Jay. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well as well. Oh, I had 2 quest turn-ins here. Sick.
Our enemies will fall. The reckoning is at
Ooh.
hand.
Okay. Tranquillian scale leggings. That's good armor and stamina.
Remember the Sunwell.
Ooh. Oh, one hand. Blech. Using the Drathia to release the energy contained in the item, causing 500 arcane damage over 5 seconds, silencing the target. That's funny how it works on one dude. According to this journal, Dakan promised the Scourge 2 powerful elven artifacts, the Stone of Light and the Stone of Flame. They were imbued with the magical energies of the Sunwell and attuned to have warding powers against the Scourge. The crystals were to be transported to where the Howling Ziggurat and the Bleeding Ziggurat now stand, in the middle of the Dead Scar. If they're still held there, we need to recover them. Their power will be greatly useful in our struggle against the enemy.
We will have justice.
Oh yeah, those pants alone make a big difference. Favorite character of all time? Absolutely. My opinion when it comes to stuff like that is like storytelling and like consuming a story is so subjective in a lot of ways. And like based upon like our own worldviews, where we grew up, like the point in our lives when we experience these stories as well, it can have a drastic effect on like our enjoyment and our engagement with these stories and these characters. It's like one of the reasons I love Xenoblade 2 so much is it's a story about dreams, and I consumed that story at a point in my life when that was a focal point for everything for me. So it was a massive case of like right time, right place, and it's also just a great game. That's like one of the reasons I love Rex as a character so much, and I love that cast of characters so much. Like the humor just like nailed it for me. Like I love every joke in that game. And it's like, I think that's one of the great things about like Xenoblade overall, in my opinion. It's like all the games I'd argue are of really good quality and are amazing experiences, but they also specialize in like try to like specifically target different things and different little themes and motifs. They have the general like similarities to them, don't get me wrong, but they target and prioritize different things, and I think that will largely help shape what kind of audience of people get attracted to that. It's like Xenoblade 1 will attract an audience, 2 will attract an audience, 3 will attract an audience, and X will attract an audience. One's not necessarily worse than the other, it's just they specialize in their own things and have their own stories to tell, and I think like that's one of the greatest and like beautiful things when it comes to like storytelling, especially like the video game medium, because you add a layer of like interactivity when it comes to experiencing like these worlds and these characters. It adds a sense of like personalness. It's like, do you relate more to Shulk, Rex, or like Noah/Mio? Because these games are trying to put you into those characters' shoes. So if you relate to one character more than the other, that's not a bad thing whatsoever. It just means that character tends to appeal to you more, and that's fine. In fact, I think that's one of the beautiful things about the medium in general. Some of the most powerful magics that have come from Silverman to help us fight the enemy, take the fight to the enemy's doorstep. They've rebuilt the Arcane Sanctum to the south and have driven the Scourge away from the surrounding area. They plan to launch an offensive into Deathhome, the Khan's stronghold. You would do well to join them, Cosmos. I'm sure they can make use of a seasoned paladin like yourself.
Death to all who oppose us.
But for getting into the Xeno game, should I start with the Blade series? I looked online too. I'm not sure. I would say if you have access to all of them, go with Xenogears first, then Saga 1, then Saga 2. Look up like my playthroughs of like Pied Piper and or like Missing Year. The Missing Year is like a YouTube playlist, and like there's a fan remake of Pied Piper that is free. Very fun as well. Then you go Xenosaga 3, then go Blade 1, 2, 3, then Blade X Definitive Edition, product provided by Nintendo for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. You can start with Blade if you want to. It's entirely fine. That's what I did. But it's not like mandatory to enjoy Blade and to get like most of the experience out of Blade. It's just, if you can start with Xenogears and go all the way back there and you don't mind like that turn-based old school RPG, I would argue start there, because there'll be a lot of extra things you notice in the background of things and like environmental details where you're like, oh, that is a reference to this. Oh, this thing in Blade is a reference to this from Xenogears, or this from Saga is a reference to Xenogears. That'll happen a lot. Or like this in Blade is a reference to Xenosaga, or this thing is just from Xenosaga. When it comes to Xenoblade, they don't expect you to know these things, but it just like bolsters the experience. Basically, I will always argue just go in like release order. I feel like I don't need a lot of this food. Was Saga 3 or Gears harder to get? I just got them off Amazon. It cost a bit, don't get me wrong. Like, they're not cheap. But it was just a matter of like, getting them off Amazon. I'll do that. No worries. I'm always available, by the way, if you need like ask a question. I have like Discord. You're like, always asking stream chat as well. Hello, Star. Welcome to the stream. How goes the good fight? Oh, it's going well. We're already level 17. You go back to see what you missed? Exactly. It's like, that's one of the great things about Xeno overall, in my opinion. It's like, if you want to take these games as a very surface level experience, you can absolutely do that. You will get a great beginning, middle, and an end, and you will probably walk away feeling satisfied. And be like, that was a really good experience. I'm glad I did that. If you want to go back through and start chipping away at the layers, you realize just how deep and well told these stories are, and just how fucking much foreshadowing there is. There is so much, and it just goes right on by on your first playthrough. And then you play through it again, you're like, person in the middle of nowhere, nice. Yeah, it's like, that's one of the things as well. It's like, after we beat Xenogears, I'm so tempted just to replay all Saga. I mean, we're going to do that regardless. Don't get me wrong. We need to like 100% Saga 1. But also, it's just like, I remember a few things. There's so many references to Gears. You don't need them, don't get me wrong. But it just makes things just a bit better. Saga and Gears Portal remake. I hope we see that. I'm not expecting it. My most expensive game by far. Yeah, I think Saga 3 for me was like 300. I think Gears was like 200. They went on all platforms. Oh, funny you should say that, Jack. I saw like a Twitter post. So as we all know, that's the most reliable source of information. That implied that the third remake game for Final Fantasy VII is going to be multi-platform day one. I'm personally very happy about that. I do not like console exclusivity. And it's one of the big things I've been talking about for remaking like Square Enix and like Final Fantasy for a while at this point. They're like deals that kept making with like Sony to like have like platform exclusivity for like the PS4 and PS5. My opinion has been so stupid. Mainly for the PS5 has been so stupid because like, yeah, they're like this sizable markets, but like your target demographic in the West at least is not on those platforms primarily. I think we're seeing a bit of that when it comes to like the success that Final Fantasy VII Remake is currently seeing on the Switch. And I think if they get Remake Part 3 onto the Switch at launch and also PC, we're going to see some pretty dang good sales numbers so long as Part 3 looks good, which I imagine it's going to. How are they so expensive? I'll get it still. So Xenogears is a JRPG from the PS1. So it's been so long that it's kind of hard to find a copy. You can find one on Amazon though, probably. For Xenosaga 1 did pretty well, but they fucked up Xenosaga Episode 2, which is the second game in the trilogy. So Saga 2 bombed because the combat's kind of shit. And also the art direction's a bit weird. It's fine when you get into it though. But like, the art direction's weird and the combat's shit. So Saga 2 bombed. And I mean it, bombed. So when they made Saga 3, it was originally planned to be like a 6-part series. No way that was happening after how much 2 bombed though. But they were able to get like one more game out the door. So they just basically didn't make that many copies for the West because they didn't expect it to sell that well. So they just didn't print a lot, which is why it's so scarce. That's my understanding. But I will say, all the Xenosaga games tell amazing stories and they're great. I legitimately think Xenosaga Episode 3 is one of the best games ever made. I think I have it in my top 4. My number 1 is Nier Automata. My number 2 is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, product provided by Nintendo. My number 3 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, my number 4 then would be Xenosaga Episode 3. My number 5 right now is Halo 3. It might get overtaken by Xenogears. Xenogears is insane. So good. The weird thing for me, though, is that, like, I have a 0. Because, like, for me, World of Warcraft is my 0. I just view, like, trying to, like, compare World of Warcraft for me with any other game is just unfair. Like, this game, I've been playing it since, like, middle school. So, like, for me, it's like, if I have my top 10 and it's like a circle going around, World of Warcraft's in the middle. Which is why it's so cheap. Yeah, funnily enough, Saga 2 is actually not that bad to get. It's Saga 3 that's a pain in the ass to get. It's so expensive. Also grew up playing WoW. Nice. Have you seen the anime called 86? I don't know if you have. Xenoblade has a very similar, like, feel to it, to 86, if that makes sense. Need to heal. The most time in. Yeah, same here. It's like, I don't even want to know my collective slash plate is. It's gonna be disgusting. Because, like, it was my primary game throughout middle school and high school. It's like, I'm pretty sure I skipped out on prom just to play World of Warcraft. Not like I had a date or anything. I didn't care about prom and stuff like that back then. Like, I just rather play WoW. Reckoned a while ago. Xenoblade and Xeno overall has a very similar feel to 86. It won't make sense initially. It'll make sense afterwards, though. Like, as you're going through it. Beware. People like to be spoilery when it comes to Xeno stuff. You should be safe around these parts, I think. It's like a one for about 20. I think I got mine for like around 30. I don't remember though. PS1, exactly. It's like the only reason they would do that, Jack, in my opinion, would be if there was a pre-existing deal they couldn't get out of with Sony. I don't think that's the case though. Since late TBC, nice. It's like, it's so easy just to put so many hours into WoW. I have not seen Lord of the Mysteries, but I am intrigued by it. As a fair warning, Eternal, the tutorials in, like, Xeno games are dog shit. If you get confused by any mechanic, just ask me, it's fine. Monolith are not particularly known for having good tutorials. We here believe in not spoiling for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. If we're in a Xeno stream, all bets are off. If we're not in a Xeno stream, I tried not to, though. My prayers are going to be lower? Ah, okay. On our dial-up, disconnecting when the phone rang really were the best. Oh, you can actually get that expanse right now, Bob. Because funnily enough, there's like a glitch going on in World of Warcraft where if you get onto like certain things at a bad angle, it just disconnects you. Yeah, driving around Undermined right now is like actual ass. You hit like a curb and it disconnects you. It's so fun. I think also one of the best examples of like, wow, you can just like dump so many hours in and not even realize. It's like, I got my Dark Fuse reputation on retail to Exalted. For those who don't know, it basically amounts to, you need like 50k reputation in total. Each scrap pile gives you like 1/6 of... like 500 rep. Each scrap pile takes like 2 minutes. It's so many hours of just like right-clicking something and just like getting it. But like I grew up with RuneScape. It's just like I was script writing while I was doing that. I was in a flow state. This might be a bad situation for me. Wait, I can salvage this. Okay, kill the lynx. I need to heal. I have a potion. Woo, good heal. Oh, the heal got off right at the end there. Huge. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god, we won. Woo! Okay. Am I in a connection thing? No, it's just the game likes to brick. Oh, it wasn't even like shipping prices, actually. No, it wasn't shipping prices at all. It was just the price that can fluctuate for those games a little bit. But like an idiot, because I don't really do a lot of online shopping, I saw like Amazon say, Xenosaga Episode 3, 1 copy left. I'm like, oh, Saga 3 is a rare game. I should get this. It was like 1 in the morning. I'm like, I should get out of bed and go get this, even if it's expensive. Because I want to be able to cover it for the channel. And the meta achievement. I haven't done the meta achievement yet. But I've done the dock fuse. Oh. But I got my coat, so I'm happy about that. In my house, I made a whole, like, news station room. For, like, when I do the news shorts. Let me get another point in parry. Oh, we can go all the way down. Poison the raw meat rack. 1 AM gotta get this moment. Yep. I'm like, oh, there's only 1 left. I don't want to be in a position where I just can't find it for like so long. Impulse buying. A tale as old as, well, online shopping. I gotta walk through a fire there, sick. Good job, me. Ooh. I keep forgetting I have these minor mana potions. I don't need the Hexa. I need the Cat Lord. That's what I need. Bruh. Okay, good. We got credit for that. Classic WoW, where people actually want to party up like open world stuff. Ain't that a novel concept? Interacting with other people in my MMORPG. They are hunted. They can probably use that. Dude, that heal was clutch. Let's heal them up. Okay. I need another Cat Lord. I think it's one of the things I find so, like, relaxing when it comes to, like, the classic versions of WoW. Like, vanilla and also, like, now TBC. It's just, like, the pace is definitely slower. But it's, like... Especially with, like, how fast-paced so much of, like, the internet can be nowadays. It's, like, weirdly therapeutic. Where it's just, like, nice to be able to, like, stop and smell the roses and everything being so methodical. Also, it's, my opinion, quite nice not flying around everywhere. It works for Classic so well, in my opinion, because it makes the world feel so much more, like, alive and detailed. It can be a little bit annoying getting back to, like, from point A to point B sometimes, but, like, part of the experience, like, part of the journey being out in the world, you know? Hell yeah, I got my cat claws. I still need to poison the meat rack. Bring me Kilgash's head. every expansion is a mistake. I get why they do it, because there was so much backlash for like the pathfinding achievements for so long, and I was part of that, right? But like it was annoying because like the way that the world was structured, like the open world itself just wasn't that important. Because they eroded the RPG mechanics from the game for like so long. But I do think I like the fact that the modern world can feel so giant and spacious because they account for flying and all that. But at the same time, it's like with Silvermoon. Old Silvermoon has a certain scale to it that new Silvermoon just doesn't have because you're flying all the time. That are nullified by flying? Yeah, that too. I think the bigger issue, though, is just everything's so fast-paced. Because, like, flying didn't always used to be, like, super fast or anything. But it's just like with how fast the game is, like even in Undermined. I really liked Undermined as a zone because I love the car. The car's really good. But it also kind of like reinforces just how fast paced the modern game is. Yeah, like the grapple hook in like Legion was so good. It also incentivized like learning the teleport ports in like Surma as well. I just don't really see them being able to like move away from how fast-paced the modern game is. I just don't really see that. But it's like Pandora's box. Once it's opened, it's hard to go back. It'll feel just like way too slow. It's like maybe with like a giant reset they could probably do it. It's just not easy, though. Because the thing with, like, Classic is, like, the pacing is built into the game because, like, there's so many different elements that, like, operate under the assumption that you have the pacing Classic WoW has. It's, like, the reliance a lot for, like, certain classes, at least, on food, drink, mana management. Where it's, like, even in the Classic version of the game, where something, like, as simple as basic armor can feel so nice in early levels. It's like, no one would care that much about, like, an armor stat in, like, retail WoW, really. Compared to, like, just getting so much of other stats. I need a poisonous food. Yeah, I love skywriting in the races as well. They're super fun. But I don't feel like the answer is to do like what they used to do, where they would like restrict flying for most of it, and then you'd have to like unlock Pathfinder to get flying. That just made it like too repetitious and annoying. It's like, if you're gonna go for a slower pace and a more methodical world, you kind of have to do a redesign for everything. I don't know if they're willing, like, after the World Soul Saga, to do, like, a grand reset. I don't think they're gonna be like, make it WoW 2 or something. but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some rather seismic shifts in the formula. It really depends. I feel like Midnight in certain ways is them like trying to lay the groundwork to like changing the game state, like reining back in some certain things at least. When it comes to, like the AI, not AI, when it comes to, like add-ons, when it comes to, like the complexity of classes and stuff like that. Making Max look like Pandaria did. There's an argument for that, sure. But then when you get the max level, you immediately lose out on the feeling of the world. And you're going to spend more time in max level than when you're leveling. I do think that leveling experience is important, don't get me wrong. I think one of the best things WoW could probably do is just rein back in the pace. It doesn't have to be like, ooh. Like, it doesn't have to be classic pace. No, it probably should, because we're probably almost certainly getting like classic plus. But I think there's probably room to rein some things in. Because I do think it's fair to say the game's a bit bloated. It feels too much like an amusement park that is only like fast-paced rides. And like they're adding some things just to freshen up the experience, right? Like I think the idea of Labyrinth is really cool. I really like what they did with Undermine with like, okay, what if we give you like a giant car and we like let you drift everywhere? Like that's super cool.
The reckoning is at hand.
Main hand, dude. Kilgash's head is what smelled so bad. Nice piece of work there. With the chieftain dead, Shadowpine Shoal should be in total disarray. I'm gonna disenchant it anyways. I do think what they did with Koresh is really cool because it basically feels like flying is suboptimal there. And you kind of want to be on the ground in Koresh because you want to be able to teleport about the place when you're in like, I forget the name of the state, like the alternate state, like the Siren Isle thing. And like flying from like one island to the other feels like ass because of how big Koresh can be in actuality. But it's far more manageable if you teleport about the place using, well, the nether things, like the nether little, like, silos they have. I think they're trying to experiment with, like, ways to where the world and the zones don't just all feel like, okay, it's a big empty box, no one cares about the topography because you fly about the place. I think they're trying to find ways to make the world feel a bit more gamey. Didn't like phase diving in the Maw. It's because they're so slow, or they feel so slow in comparison to just flying. Like, this is the problem Blizzard's running into. It's like when they try to do things to like rein that pace in, some people revolt about it. Because people are so used to flying, they just simply care about getting from point A to B. They don't care about the RPG mechanics. They don't care about the RPG elements. They just want to do their thing and get their reward as fast as humanly possible. They don't care about the actual game experience of getting that reward. And I think it's like a bit of game design that is so poisonous. Because there can be so many people that get loud about it in the moment. But if you constantly listen to that kind of feedback, in my opinion, it leads to a worse game state. How much you would lose trading them in? Damn. What, did that include like Saga 3 and like Gears, Bob? Hello, Canoe, welcome to the stream. friendly enemy UI. Oh, it's Platinator. I forget the name of the person that does like Platinator, but they have a quite few add-ons that I really like. Baginator, Auctionator, Chatinator. The chat thing is so nice, and it's just like basic Chatinator. Because I would always make a tab that was just for like in-game stuff without any like /say or general chat and stuff like that. I would always do that. But you would have to like do it for each character. Chatinator just does it for all of them. It's super nice, and I love how it looks. I have to learn about. I think there's also a fine line, like going off what you're saying, Star, between like something feeling like it's an additive element to the world or just like a one-off gimmick that doesn't really amount to much. Because, like, going back to, like, Classic WoW and TBC, it's like all these various systems and elements work with each other to produce a world that feels cohesive and engaging. And it also produces a world that feels like an actual RPG that you're progressing through. And you're, like, bounding in and out between, like, potting up with other people, but you're always going out on a journey experiencing the world with other people. That is not the case with retail WoW. It's a different game now. That doesn't necessarily make it worse. It makes it very different, though. And it's like, you can't just, like, input one new system and expect it to completely mesh with the current state of the game. Yeah, let's get this headhunter. When I get to level 18, I definitely think I should probably visit a paladin trainer. There's probably quite a few abilities or ranks I'm missing out on right now. I think the problem with the Maw, though, was that navigating the Maw just wasn't that fun. It's like, the Maw looked cool conceptually, but just, like, not being able to mount for, like, a significant amount of time just made it feel so slow. And it juxtaposed a game state that felt so fast in comparison. So it was kind of like Whiplash, going from like the pace the rest of the game had to the Maw. Whereas for like Classic WoW, it all just kind of feels like this, instead of like Shadowlands where it felt like this when it comes to the pacing. Because, like, I did the Erator quest where you have to go back to the Maw, and I did it on a quest that didn't have Maw walking, where I could, like, mount up. That hurt my soul. Yeah, I think, like, there's certain elements of the game that are very conducive to the slow state Classic WoW has. Mana management in the open world. How dangerous, like, every enemy can feel as well. It's like you're balancing all these things. You're balancing, like, constantly getting upgrades going, okay, when do I return to, like, a class trainer to get even more abilities so the next time I go out into the world, I'm better equipped? Is it worth it doing now, or can I, like, scrape by with what I have? Which is, like, the mental calculus that I'm doing right now. Whereas in retail WoW, you don't really have any of those levers you're like juggling around at all, really. It's all mainly just a matter of, I need to go do this quest, then I need to do this quest, then I need to do this quest, etc., etc., etc. You're not really thinking about any of the RPG elements that you're doing in conjunction with just basic objectives and questing. I think in a lot of ways, like, retail WoW feels almost like an amusement park, where you're going to certain exhibits, whereas, like, Classic WoW and, like, TBC feels more like a world, like an open world that you're actually exploring, where, like, the world itself is the content. I don't know if I would say that for retail WoW. And see, that's one of the reasons I like just like dipping my toe into classic every now and then, Star, because I get that feeling. It's like I can just log the game. It's a slow-paced experience, but I like that. It's therapeutic to me. I can just take in the world. I can go do a few objectives, have a little bit of a journey. And when I log out, I feel like I've done something, even if I play for like 5 minutes or if I play for a couple of hours. You get a good sense of progression. Because classic WoW, in a lot of ways, nails that feeling of being in an open world RPG with a bunch of people in it. It nails that feeling. Yeah, see, for me, I didn't think Elden Ring's open world was necessarily empty. But it depends upon like what you want out of it, right? Like what you're looking for out of an open world and like what you experience like pleasure with. Yeah, classic WoW. It's like that's the thing with like WoW. It's like if you just want to play one game, you want to put a bunch of time into something, WoW's probably the best option there. Because you can dump so many hours into WoW, it's insane. And like if you don't play WoW, it doesn't make sense just how many hours and how much investment you can just put into WoW specifically and only WoW. It is crazy. It's like another thing that I haven't really had to like pay attention to on this Blood Elf character, but I had to on other characters like a warrior. Weapon skills. So it's like I'm using a two-handed sword, I'm leveling up two-handed sword proficiency. If I go to like a two-handed axe, one, I don't have the ability to use an axe effectively right now on this Blood Elf. I would have to go find a weapon trainer, learn how to use a two-handed axe, then use a two-handed axe in a shit way for a bit of time to build up that proficiency so I can actually use it in a halfway decent way. So it's like all these different like things you're balancing and like managing. And like the main combat right now with like Paladin is shit, I'll just say it, right? But it's like, it is very methodical, where it's like, I want to apply Seal of the Crusader, because when I use Judgment, it puts the effect of the seal on the NPC. And for Crusader, it increases the amount of holy damage they take, which is just overall good for me. Then I go for Seal of the Righteousness, because when I judge with that seal, I do damage, but Seal of Righteousness also makes me do extra damage. So I want to start off with a Crusader to apply the debuff. I can use my Blood Elf Racial to mana tap, to build up a stack of mana tap, and then when I use Arcane Torrent when it comes off cooldown, fuck. I didn't see my HP. I was too busy yapping. Oh, this pot kills me though. I've never liked death walks like this. I understand for classic WoW with the pacing, especially for like open world PvP. This always kills my soul though. That's the only one I play. I probably depends, like either they have a lot of free time, but they probably also absolutely have a lot of free time. But it's also probably a matter of what they prioritize out of the experience. So like, if you only care about raids, you can get your character to a state where you're only raid logging, and then if you have a bunch of other time in the week to play a game, you can just play another MMO. In that way, it's very doable. Or if you only play it like seasonally, which is just like, I'm just gonna do this raid tier. Once it's done, I'm good until the next patch. You can just move on to another MMO then. But like in retail WoW, you don't have a lot of these different levers. So it's largely just do this objective, then do this objective, then do this objective, then do this objective. And now they're trying to say, do this objective, consume this story, do this objective, consume this story, do this objective. It's not a matter of I have to level up my like two-handed sword proficiency. I have to maybe do a profession as well. You can, don't get me wrong, you can. But classic WoW and TBC is far more focused on managing all these different elements. It's a journey in like the best sense of the word. Hello, Redfield. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Like, it's an actual genuine journey. And like one of the best ways to like sum it up, in my opinion, I think Preach said it, like Preach Gaming, where it's like for classic WoW, it was like either Preach or Asmon. It's like one of the two. You start out in like a town. You prepare to go out into the world. You pick up a bunch of quests. Maybe you repair your gear, like you upgrade from a vendor, something like that. You go to a trainer, learn some new skills. You prepare. You get everything, all your ducks in a line. Then you're like, okay, I'm ready. Then you go out into the world and you do a bunch of quests. And it doesn't last 5 minutes. It lasts a bunch of time. And you're just out in the world, experiencing the dangers of the world. You're learning about the world. You're like directly and indirectly learning about like the topography of this world, how the NPCs react, how they fight, how they play, how they all feel different to one another. Okay, if I fought both of these guys, that would be bad for me because they are very dangerous. So I'm gonna wait for them to like move past each other to where I can aggro one by itself. I'm gonna pop a mana tap. This person wants me to join their group so we can play together, because the game like naturally incentivizes playing with other people because it's an MMORPG. But now, things that used to be able to like, easily kill me now might be manageable because I have a mage in the party. And whereas for mages, they're very squishy, so they have to kite. Or, because I'm a paladin, I can take that aggro for them, and they can just focus on doing a bunch of damage while I take a bunch of damage myself. And it feels like a journey. Every time you go out into the world, you're experiencing something different and new. Not necessarily just, oh, I did the troll quest. Something may have happened during the troll quest. I may have like partied up with somebody interesting. Maybe we struck up a conversation. We got to know each other. Maybe we even made a friend. Or maybe like we had a unique experience that will be somewhat memorable and a memory formed. And it's a collection of those memories, a summation of those memories that builds up engagement in the world and makes these zones memorable. It's like, that's like the beautiful thing about the storytelling in like classic WoW. It's not necessarily all dependent on like cinematics and all that. Nothing wrong with those, don't get me wrong. But like the story of like this part of the game is just the story of me experiencing the world. And it gives the world and it gives these zones personality and charm and texture. So it's like I did a quest way early in the stream that gave me 4 minor mana potions. One of them I just popped for the first time. Like all these experiences like can come back to each other. Because again, it feels like a journey in an open world. And I feel incentivized to work with other people and play with other people in this open world with a bunch of other people in it, because it just simply makes things smoother, faster. It oils the gears. And sometimes it may just be like that, where we just exchange like a hello and a parting, and we move on about our lives. Sometimes you may start talking to someone. I still remember when Classic WoW first came out, and I was playing an Orc Warrior, and I met somebody in Durotar right around here with the lightning kodos. I still remember that dude, all these years later. And I remember later on, there was another dude in the Barrens up here in the Sludge Fen that I partied with. Do I still talk to them? Fuck no. But I remember that. And like, it's moments like that and memories like that that make MMOs so compelling, to where you just lose track of time and you just find yourself enthralled with the world.
Shorel Oran.
Hello, 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 Hydro. Welcome to the stream. To Xenoblade Chronicles tomorrow, I would be popping off.
The reckoning is at
And like, I
hand.
would also argue, it's like in classic WoW and in like in the TBC, like leveling zones at least, there is a compelling story here. It's just no one knows because no one reads this shit. But if like you actually read it, because like I have an add-on, dialogue UI, this makes just reading text way better to me instead of just like a little box that pops up over here. Modern WoW more solo. I get that entirely. But I think what classic WoW does so well is that it can help push people that are socially anxious, because I am. It's like, I'm an introvert. I don't normally like talking to people. I'm not like a people person in like certain ways. I like kind of keeping to myself. It's like when I'm online talking to the microphone and the camera, I'm a very loud guy, right? I imagine most of you can probably pick up on that. Especially when you get me yapping about like the games industry and stuff like that. I can be a very loud guy, but I'm by myself in my room. When I'm with a bunch of other people, if I don't really know them, I normally just like keeping to myself. Time for something a little more challenging. Zeb Noah. To the south is where the more powerful Shadowpine trolls make their home. In a continuing effort to keep the troll numbers to a minimum, I'm dispatching you to go down there and assail them by whatever means you have at your disposal. What do you say, Cosmos? Ready to deal with some more trolls. But I think like part of the beauty of like classic WoW in a way is that it can help like naturally push socially anxious people, or like people that like to keep to themselves and be rather quiet, and just kind of like nudge them together. Have those weapons yet? With the Shadowpine numbers decimated, we'll finally be able to turn our attention to the fight against the Scourge. I'll immediately send a few rangers out to survey the damage that you wreaked upon the Shadowpine trolls. I've no doubt that we'll be able to mop up after the offensive and launch an attack on the Scourge soon if these weapons are any indication of your success. Here, I want you to take this coin in payment. It's burning a hole in my pouch anyways.
Death to all who oppose us.
Choose wisely.
Yeah, it's for like, when you're like leveling in like classic WoW, most of the time it doesn't even need like a bunch of conversation at all.
To all who oppose
You're just like,
us.
cause the quest tells you what to do. It's like this one over here. Knuckle Rot. You just have to go beat that dude. Very simple mechanically. You just find a bunch of people just like, invite the party, and you don't have to speak at all if you want. But like, maybe you get the urge to say something. Or maybe someone says something and you feel like, you know what? I kind of want to like contribute to this conversation. You can choose to ignore them if you want. But sometimes the game will allow you to act on those urges. The game will put you in positions where it gives you the opportunity to act on those urges sometimes. And if you just want to keep to yourself, you can absolutely do that as well. Like, I could just ignore this quest. There's no reason I have to do Knuckles Rod and Luzrun. I can just ignore that quest if I want to. I'm under level 3 right now anyways. But if I want to, and I feel the urge to do it, it's right there. I can just simply walk on over. I think that's part of the beauty of like both the classic and like TBC here. Much too reserved otherwise, and that's absolutely fine. We all go at our own pace. Ooh. Aw, dude, I got a quest to kill even more fucking cat lords. I must have these quests out of order or something. If I had paired this with the other one, that'd been way easier and seamless. Okay, I gotta heal. This cat's about to annihilate me. Okay, much better. Yeah, Hydro. Imagine that, like, they called it Xenosaga, a Xenoblade Chronicles tale or something. Oh, fuck. No, 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 no! But, like, a moment like that, a simple Shadowpine Hexa on live, that's nothing, right? He's getting eaten up in my AoE. But here, that dude has aura. I have to be on the lookout Like even these like basic game design points. Ooh. Oh, it's a downgrade. Wait, no, it isn't. That says +1 stamina. This is +2 stamina. That's a scam. This is just a straight upgrade. Oh, the cloak looks stupid, though. A lion's-looking cloak. Wailing caverns and dead mines entrances. Oh my god, yeah. You know, there's a part of me that wants to go back to Silverman. I should wait till I'm level 18. I should absolutely wait till I'm level 18. My freaking blessing dropped. Oh my god, I don't have devotion aura up. Oh, I'm a casual, dude. What was that? I was just like foregoing 160 armor, like some kind of peasant. Okay. Come on, get over here. Did you see that respawn? That was so rude. That respawn was rude. How are you gonna spawn another one right on top of me? Thankfully, I do have this lesser healing potion if I need it. In the pole until near night. Nice. Let's drink this milk. Gotta get some things in game. Oof. The good thing with this quest is I don't need to get any specific drop. I just need the kills. Mana tap when I can. I'm popping the potion. And the Onyxia crash out. Yeah, like some of the absolute bizarre, like, stats you would find on gear. Ah, fuck. Invite. I guess we're not gonna party up. Then we go our separate ways. It's like another thing with like classic WoW that like helps with the pacing. It's just gear feels like so much more impactful because you care so much more about like individual like stat things on it. Like, if I find, like, one piece of stamina or something, that feels huge to me. If I find a piece of gear that has strength on it that didn't have strength before, insane. Like, that's next level. It's like, I'm over the moon. I'm having a hop, a skip, and a jump. I'm clicking my heels and shit in midair. It's like, when I found this bad boy on a vendor, bro, I nearly passed out. 3 strength, 2 intellect, and it has a proc to shoot out a shadow bolt. Insane. My old weapon was giga shit in comparison. No, like, no bullshit. My old weapon was a kendo stick. It was a training sword. This feels like a massive upgrade in comparison. Because it is. And when I upgrade this thing, that's gonna feel awesome. And like, if you play a warrior, I've never done the quest, but I've heard legends of the whirling axe. And the whole quest line to get like berserker stance. It's like, this is one of the things I kind of wish they would bring back. I want them to bring back the RPG. I miss class trainers. It feels so whatever when you just like defeat some random mob, and all of a sudden you learn like bop or something. Let me go back to a class trainer. Bring back the fantasy, the coolness. Let it feel like an RPG again. It's like, I feel like the retail version of the game, and I love it a lot, don't get me wrong, but the retail version of the game can kind of speed you through things to get to certain parts of the game a bit too quick, in my opinion. The journey matters a lot. It's gonna get tight. I'm gonna have to use like laying hands. Wait, can I get away with this? I think I can. Huge. Got a good crit there. How did the cat parry me? That's what I would like to know, game. How did this lynx parry my giant sword? With a claw? A fang? Let's heal up. Okay. So far, so good. Bro, look at all the quest objectives in Death Home. Oh my god. Alright, mana tap again. I'm gonna use Arcane Torrent to get that back. Nice. Beautiful. Oh, we got a healing potion as well. Huge. Massive. That's my get out of jail free card. Thankfully, it didn't hit me much when I was polymorphed. Okay, mana tap again. Dude, get back here. Where you going? You bum. Freaking cat lord. Okay, we got a party going here. Should bring back class quest. I would like to see that, yeah. They're just too integral to like the RPG feel, in my opinion. Like, role quests do not hit the same. I didn't even bother doing the ones in Dawn Trail, just couldn't be asked. And like, the Shadowbringers role quests were fine, don't get me wrong. But they just didn't like have that feel. There's a level of personalization to like job and class quests that when you make them more broad in general, you just lose out on. Someone's gotta have respawned. Oh, there's a shitload down there. Okay. Bring back the class quests? I wish. Class quests are so good. I still love the Dark Knight quests. Those are my favorite quests in all of FF14. And I just like feel like over time, it's like a bunch of small decisions that feel like fine sacrifices in the moment, but like over time they add up with each other, and it's like a death by 1,000 cuts. And it just like erodes the RPG experience. I let's drop the Refantasio post 8 hours ago. Pretty sure we're getting Metaphor for Switch too. I hope so. I want to see Metaphor do so much better than it did. It had a really strong start, but then like it couldn't like sustain sales, I guess. But Metaphor is like legitimately one of the best games I've ever played. It's so good. Like, this is also what I'm talking about when it comes to like the game naturally incentivizing playing with other people. It's like, we're not even like talking. We don't need to though. But like, look how much easier just playing the game is. Because the game naturally pushes you to play with other people. You don't have to. It just takes a bit longer. Okay, we need more mobs. Like, Rogue stole candy from an inn. Yeah, I remember a warrior quest. For like Alliance, my human warrior. Where you would go to Stormwind. And one of the quests is like, you see that guy over there? Yeah, say that's your mug. Just beat him up. It's just a nice little bit of flavor, you know? And now we got a 4-man party here. And we have 2 mages. We're gonna be pumping damage. We got a full 5-man roster here. Like, we're gonna be fucking pumping. We got like a warrior. Was it a warlock? 2 mages. Oh, we have a paladin, a warrior, and 2 mages. Yeah, we're gonna be pumping. The warrior's here on like welfare or something. He's just here for like he's just like here for the ride. Warriors leveling up just well, let's just say damage is optional. Though, to be fair, I ain't doing much either, compared to the mages. The mages are gonna be like where most of our damage comes from. God, I love when you just see the fireball like tick off like 30% of their HP. But now they're at 5, we can like grab a couple of these guys. And like, it's an interesting way that I'm starting to realize how like classic WoW juggles pacing. Because like, it's not astronomically like a completely different league in terms of speed or anything. But it is noticeably faster. Oh, I didn't even realize I was completely done with the quests here. Didn't even realize. I was just too focused on killing things. Wasn't to its benefit? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was on PC. That's where I played. It's just... I wish more people would have given, like, a look to Metaphor. It's so good. Okay, I think it's time to bid this party an adieu. We can go turn in Assault on Zebnoa now. We can go turn that in, then probably head back to Tranquillion. And then once we do that, we'll fly back to Silvermoon, hit up the Paladin Trainer. I think that's the play. Freaking Hex. This might level me up. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's close. One more mob will definitely level me up. But it's just like, that's like the beauty of like this game and this pace. It's just a bunch of those moments just like flowing into each other. It makes it so no two like sessions with World of Warcraft feel the same. Have too much HP. Oof. Than I've ever seen for metaphor. Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna probably market it a little bit better. I know. I like the trailers personally. I don't want to think that a lot of Persona fans just like didn't give it the time of day because there's like no date mechanic in it. But it kind of feels like that a little bit when you see like some online discourse surrounding it. But obviously like it probably had like a little, probably had like deeper issues. I love the aesthetic and I love the vibe. I love the characters. Metaphor is such a good cast. To think all of this is just like regrown and like reclaimed in Midnight. That it wasn't marketed enough. Probably. I mean, like, maybe it's just like I'm a little bit biased in this regard because like maybe I was like directly seeking out the advertisement and like the streams for Metaphor. Maybe for like a more casual market, it's like what you guys are saying was just like there wasn't enough marketing for it. Because like it's such a good game. I will say the side dungeons suck ass. Like that's its biggest fault. The side dungeons are just so bad. But like besides them, really good game. And besides this really big pillar of gameplay for RPGs, it's really good. God, Luis was such a good villain though. Like that VO for Luis that they had, oh my god. Like every time Luis spoke, it was quotable. Dungeons are ass in general. Yeah, but that's a common complaint with like for me with Atlas. Like Atlas normally has like shit dungeons in my opinion. I think the dungeons in Metaphor are probably some of their best work. But even then they're just kind of like repetitive still. But like still compared to like the Persona games in my opinion, and definitely Shin Megami Tensei, the dungeons are way better. Unbelievable. You really should talk to the captain about joining up as a foster. I think one of my biggest issues, though, is just I don't like Atlas's concept of difficulty. It's too bullshitty for me. I think Metaphor is like a best balance of that for me. Unbelievable. You really should talk to the captain about joining up as a foster rider. All right, Cosmos, you've given us the breathing room that we need to continue building up our forces here. Actually, by your account, there aren't many of those trolls left at all. Maybe now we can join with Tranquility and attack Deathhome. I think you've earned a little something. Take your pick. Sentry braces. Alright. We've done all the quests here. So let's head back to Tranquillian. Get the fans to look at it? Yeah, probably. I do think I somewhat also agree with like Atlas's take on it. Where they're like, they are wondering if people are just too conditioned at this point to be expecting a re-release definitive edition, like a year or two after launch. And like the idea is that, oh, there's probably a sizable chunk of people, at least enough to like kill momentum, where they're just waiting for like Metaphor Refantasio Royal. I think that's fair with like Atlas's track record. That new games are too easy. Well, it's like, for me, it's like, I don't remember. Did Metaphor Refantasio have different difficulty options? I think it did. I played on hard mode, I think. And like, I thought it was like decently difficult enough. I will say though, I disagree with like the criticism I see sometimes from Metaphor, where it's like, oh, the managerial elements for like the social simulator elements, like the calendar system, is too easy. I think Metaphor has the best calendar system of all the Persona games. Okay, 4's up there. But it's like, I like not having to like overly schedule things. But I will say, if you just do a bunch of the calendar stuff back to back, it can get a little bit boring like any of the games. So like maybe there is something to be said with having a few extra things to manage there. Like back in like Persona 3 Fez, for instance, where it's like if you didn't hang out with a certain like character quick enough, you could like, forget the term they use, but like essentially sour your relationship with them. I need to disenchant this. And disenchant this. Okay. I need to get back to Silvermoon because I need to find an enchanting trainer, and I also need to find a paladin trainer. We are now few levels higher than where we started this stream at. We can definitely get some new abilities and stuff.
Baladash, Malanore.
Let's head back to Silvermoon.
Farewell.
We almost have 3 gold. Huge. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember. Can you learn a mount at level 20? I think the breakpoint's level 20 for a basic bitch mount, and then level 40 for a decent one. Oh, I need to save up my gold then, because that's gonna be pricey. I know where the mount vendor is for the Blood Elves. It's off to the right. But that felt fun still. Yeah, it's like, for me, I managed to like do everything that I wanted to do in the game with like the last day. It's like we spent like the last month doing the Colosseum and all that. And the only thing we really missed out on was like Gold Beetle Farm. But like besides that, I was able to do every social link. I was able to do like everything that I wanted to do, and I felt super satisfied with that. Because like with Persona 3 like Portable and also like Persona 3 Reload, it's like you would get to a point in the game where it just felt like there was nothing to do at night. Particularly in Reload, but it was also there for me a bit when it comes to like Portable. You would get to like the last month or two and just have like feel like as if you didn't have much to do besides like spam the Iga social link. And then at night I just like kept sleeping because there was legitimately nothing else for me to really fucking do that I needed to do. It's like I could read a bunch of books, sure, but I kind of spammed through most of them, I think. No, not the books. It's just like there was just not much to do. Ah, Silvermoon. See what I mean when I say the grandeur of like Silvermoon? And just like walking through this place, how big and massive it feels. Especially from like where we were at the entire stream, like in the Ghostlands, in the mines, in the thick of it. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. And now we're just here. It's like you feel like you're at home. Like you feel safe in a way. Side quests and Persona games. Yeah, it's like I either feel like I never have enough time and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this one thing that I really want to do. I just forgot. I just didn't know how to do this other thing. So I have to play the game again. And it's like, oh my God. That's one of my favorite visuals right there. The green fell crystal looking down on you. The giant spire. The water fountain. So good. Okay, I know where the paladin trainer is. It's over here in Foster's Square. Oh yeah, I'm a paladin. I get a fucking mount because of that. Oh, dude, that's gonna save me so much gold. Yeah, I get a charger. Huge. Oh, let's go. I forgot about that entirely. Oh, do I just learn him from the trainer when I get to level 20? Ooh, okay. All right, let's go talk to one of these guys.
The dark times will pass.
All right, what we got? Wow, there's a lot here. Oh, there's a whole other aura. Retribution aura causes 5 holy damage to any creature that strikes a party member within 30 yards. Players may only have 1 aura on them per paladin at any one time. Ooh, that seems good. Seal of Righteousness 3. An additional 22 holy damage, so 2 extra damage. And even more damage for the seal. Righteous Fury. Increases the threat generated by spells. Who cares? Ooh, Blessing of Freedom. That'd be good if I need to run away. Spiritual Attunement. A passive ability that gives the paladin mana when healed by other friendly target spells. Mana gain is equal to 8% of the amount healed. Ooh, that's good. A little bit. Dude, if I buy all of this, I'm going poor. Okay, let's get Ret Ore. Seal of the Righteousness. I can make do without the others for now. Oh, Divine Protection rank 2 gives me 2 extra seconds of bubble. I can make do without it. I want to keep 2 gold on my person in case we need to spend it on something. Ah, I can forego Devotion Ore instead and get Retribution Ore. Okay, so if I'm in a party, we're definitely going to use Retribution Ore. It was so easy, though. Yeah. And it's like, I've seen stories of people being like, I didn't know that I had to do like Maruki's like social link to get the 3rd semester or something. And like, that's just got to be like a kick in the dick.
Victory lies ahead.
Okay, where is the enchanter?
We will have justice.
Oh, damn it, up there. Okay. The new expansion. Well, for TBC, we're getting access to Outland soon-ish. I'm nowhere near there. I have to be level 60 for that. Actually, level 58. So I need like 40 more levels for that. We're nowhere close. But for Midnight, for the retail version of the game, Midnight Early Access coming out in late February. So when that comes out, we'll be going in big. But luckily, the gold doesn't transfer from one version to the other. I have plenty of gold on retail, luckily. God, the set designer for like old Silvermoon popped off so hard. It's so good, man. I love this shit too. It's just like this random blood elf just like trying to chase his construct around. Like, that's a great little bit of comedic relief. They just always chase each other around. Oh, the enchanter's over there. Nickel and diming me. Yeah, the DLC situation is like dog shit too. It's like being only able to get episode I guess with the expansion pass was so shitty.
Glory to the Sindori. Hold your head high.
State your business.
Okay. Add 2 additional points of damage. I need a chanting 100 for that. Lesser impact. Do 3 additional points of damage. Okay. Impact. Greater impact.
Okay.
That's a little 50. Okay. Enchanting. So I can make... Let me make one of these. Requires runed rod. Okay. Runed copper rod. Okay, let's enchant that. Okay. Oh, I need to enchant something for this. Shit. Ugh. Okay, how do I actually... I need to guess... Okay, I guess I need to make these. I need simple wood.
Choose wisely.
Simple wood. Oh, dude, that's pricey, though. I can sell the food. Okay. Let's make these lesser magic rods. Okay. Let's sort out the inventory. Oh, I have greater magic essence now. Okay, that got me to 32. Resell you Asterius and Itachi's Izanagi. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, this is a possible gold making machine. Oh, wait a minute. Each of these is 5 silver. I could make my money back on that simple wood so quickly. What I was doing in retail today somehow. Let me guess, you were doing the pre-patch event, what, you turtle? But, like, it all goes back to what I'm talking about with, like, classic WoW and TBC feeling like a journey. It's like, I chose to get enchanting, and I'm like, I saw someone with a really cool enchant on their weapon. I'm like, I want that. So let me pick up enchanting. It's like, I could just go back out into the world if I want to. I actively chose to say, you know what? I'm going to prioritize enchanting. Yes, Lamau. I think it would very much behoove World of Warcraft for the retail version of the game to try and reincorporate RPG elements. It shouldn't feel like Classic again. We have Classic. They're probably almost certainly going to do Classic Plus. We have that version of the game. But I think Classic Plus can probably learn from Retail very sparsely. And Retail can learn from Classic here. And incorporate elements. Wait, to craft is 34 copper, what? costing me anything. Okay. Don't know why it says to craft 34 copper. Now, here's the real question. If I disenchant these again, it'll probably just give me less of magic essence. Which I might do 2 more times. Actually, no. We can probably bum rush this up to 50 by doing that. If we disenchant all of these lesser magic rods, I lose out on a lot of money. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, that could be to 2 gold and 62 silver. 67 silver. But it could get me to 50 enchanting. And I think with 50 enchanting, I can enchant my main weapon. I think that comes online.
Persevere.
No, it comes online with enchanting level 100. So I need to not overextend my hand. Minor absorption.
Be ready for anything.
On
I have
everyone's
one-of-a-kind
souls, yeah.
items.
Okay, I think the play for here, sell. Because I'm not going to get realistically that much above
Hold your head high.
50 enchanting, and there's nothing there that I really need right now. I'd rather pocket the gold for getting mounting in 2 levels. I'd rather prioritize that. Okay, now I believe we can go back to Tranquillian. Called out Arms of Warsong Gulch. Wait a minute. Can we do PvP? Does Warcraft and Gathering too? Yes, it does. For retail, you can pick up 2 professions per character. There's like mining, there's like herbalism, blacksmithing, tailoring, enchanting. Enchanting is what I have from this character. Blacksmithing, gem crafting. From 2 and more games. I just wanted to bring back 2. I'd love to play through 2. Just either do a port or like a remake. I'm desperate for a 3D Mario. Imagine. It would be doubly funny with like all the conversation going on about like Sonic Cross World and Mario Kart World right now. That would be like doubly funny. Dude, I want that horse. Can we do a Warsong Gulch? I feel like I'm gonna get my ass beat. My gear's probably not that good. It's okay, I guess.
Loktar, may your blades never dull.
The Alliance is an insidious enemy, Cosmos. True. They claim to defend the Ashenvale Forest to justify the acts of aggression against our territories in the Barrens. Today we have an opportunity to drive the enemy from our lands once and for all. Go to Warsong Gulch and take back what is rightfully ours. Fuck yeah, dude.
Safe.
How do I do that?
What do you need?
Oh, they're gonna want me to fly all the way over to the Barrens. Ugh. Wait.
Strength and honor.
Would like to go to the battleground. First available, Warsong Gulch 1. Join battle. You have queued for Warsong Gulch. I have never done a BG in Classic WoW on TBC. Let's see how this will go. The Twinks will eat you alive. Unironically. I'm gonna get absolutely mauled by like a mage or something. No, rogues are gonna eat my shit. I'm gonna rephrase that. The rogue's gonna have me for breakfast. Wait, where'd the Q thing go? Oh, up here. Am I queued?
Loktar.
You're in the queue for Warsong Gulch. Alright, fair enough.
Go with honor.
Just play mage easy. Why didn't I think of that? I can probably teleport back to Tranquillian now. Oh, what I kind of want to do is there a weapon vendor? Maybe I can get a better weapon. Feel like my best bet would be up here. Mining supplies, mining trainer, blacksmithing. Woohoo, want one weapon trainer. Stable master. God, the old Arcane Guardians look so much cooler than the ones in Midnight. Engineering.
Anaria Shola.
No, I don't need a weapon master. Manaloom.
The reckoning is at hand.
My best bet probably just to go back to Tranquillian. Let's just head back. God, I love the fact they give, like, Blood Elves, like, a chocobo as a racial mount. It's so funny they're just a Final Fantasy race. You guys get the chocobos. Spinal Dust. Let's go to... the Dead Scar, that's it. Couldn't remember the name. Okay, what's my reputation with Tranquillian? Oh, we're on it. We're almost revered. Okay. Let's head down here. Get to the Dead Scar while this queue goes. Oh, well, there's a lot of people down here, huh? Okay, let's head on over here. Who has Spinal Dust? Surely it's not these guys. It has to. Okay, it's these skeletons. Someone absolutely called them, though. Where are they? Or is there only like one in the zone? Where is they? Come on. There's gotta be more skeletons here, dude. I'm walking atop corpses here. I need a few of them to get up here. So now the dead just want to sleep for eternity, huh? They're all just taking a nap? When you need to fight the undead and they don't clock into work. I thought I saw the skeletons on the ground moving for a second there. I was like, what the? Okay, let's head down here. Oh yeah, there's a lot we need to do in the Windrunner village as well. Let me help that guy out. I need this guy anyways. I feel like I should keep Devotion Aura up. But it's so much armor. Yeah, it's like I would lose so much armor if I don't have Devotion Aura up. I'll use Red Ore if I'm in a group, but I'm not. The dead have PTO? Yeah. Fucking feels like it. Okay, we all saw my attack land first there, correct? Everyone and their mother saw that. I just want to make sure. Feel like in Halo 3 when you clearly meleeed first, but the game gives it to the other person because they have a little bit more HP than you. Holy items. Shadow gem. Okay. Oh, so these risen hungers is what I need. The other ones didn't matter at all. See, guys, see the blind man. Okay, stun him. Need that seal. Okay, good. God, I can already tell this Warsong Gulch is gonna be a clusterfuck, man. Oh no, it's like level 18 as well. It's gonna be nothing but level 19 twinks. Oh, it's gonna be only that too. Okay. I'm now morbidly curious just how like one-sided it's gonna be. Stop it with stuns. MMO names are always undefeated. They're so good. I can't wait till I actually get shoulder pads. That's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a big day when I get a helmet as well. We should start getting them around this level, I think. I guess if I wanted to do a dungeon, I have to go all the way to the Barrens for like Wailing Caverns. Ugh. You can chain stuns, nice. God, it just reminds me back in the day, doing like Timeless Isle and like Feral Druid was disgusting for PvP because they could like just chain stun you for so long, apply a whole bunch of blades, and you're just screwed if you didn't have a counter to that. If like you wanted like a couple of specific classes, you were just fucked. It was so bad. And my old server, the freaking Feral Druid that kept farming everybody, had a YouTube channel. They make like MLG highlights of them just ganking people. It was the funniest shit. Okay, so far so good. I forgot to apply freaking Crusade. Damn it, man. Rotting Heart, nice. Alright, you get over here. I'm gonna need a heal soon. I figured I have Bob already, huh? Oh, hi, Luzren. Ooh, a Dreadbone Sentinel. First one I've actually seen alive here. Let's see how this goes. Level 17, so I have the advantage. My Shadow Bolt went off. Nice. Bro, why is Luzren kind of caked up, though? Can you stop parrying me? Thank you. Ooh, there's another one. Ah, it didn't drop what I needed. Alright, bare ass quest, let's go. Seal, stun, righteousness. These guys don't have any mana, dude, so I can't mana tap. We need that kind of feel in retail again. I agree. It's like, remember in Hellfire, why am I forgetting like all the nomenclature? First zone in Outlands. The giant fell machine guy. Why am I blanking on the thing's name? But that, it's probably just like late at night. But like that guy, the aura that dude had, when you heard him like coming up behind you and all of a sudden you're like, oh no! And you knew you had to get out of the way. Because that dude was coming and hell's coming with him. Stun. have like no mana. Hold on, I have a potion. Huge. They can't parry punching them in the face, but then I get killed quickly. It's a balancing act. Alright, I gotta drink my last milk. I got milk, let's go. Yeah, like... I never really appreciated just how spectacular Outland was as like a location. Because especially when you're like so conditioned to like classic Azeroth. Going from these zones to like all of Outlands and just like how alien and crazy each of the zones look to each other. Like Netherstorm for like this era of WoW, so mind-boggling in how cool it is. It's like, I think WoW's starting to like recapture that because like zone design's really good again. But like there's just something different about like TBC and Wrath era zone design. It's so good. It's like, I still think like Storm Peaks might be my #1. That zone is so dang cool. I can't wait to see what they do with it in The Last Titan. That could be absolutely insane. Toho fight? Exactly. It's like, in my opinion, there should be a mix between mobs that you can tackle by yourself, and that's fine. But there should also be, kind of like in Xenoblade, because as we've covered, Xenoblade is basically like a single-player MMO, where it's like, you see these certain mobs, and you're like, I gotta back the fuck up. I am not equipped for this. Yeah, this is not a situation that's conducive to my well-being. I need to be backing up. Oh, I thought, hold on, I gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. Someone just healed me. Who's the bro? What a homie. Yeah, I'll help you out. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. What a bro, dude. Like MVP type of play right there. Oh, fuck. Woo! Nice. It's like, you need a mixture between enemies that you feel like you can take on relatively well and decently, but also you need to have those big shots in the zone where you're just like, I am not equipped for this. Because like, if I stumble upon like a massive rare or like an elite in like retail WoW, they either out of the way to where they don't really matter that much. I have to like do some kind of like forbidden dark ritual to summon the fucker. Like an undermined. There's not like a big presence in a lot of the zones to where you're like, I need to be on the lookout for that dude. If I am not paying attention, he's gonna absolutely annihilate me. You just don't really get that feel. It's like they have world bosses, sure, but they're normally like out of the way. You don't really have to care about them if you don't want to do them. And like an Undermined, because I've spent so much time there doing the Dark Fuse rep. A lot of those rares don't actually summon unless you do like some kind of a condition first. I'd even see the gate to Deathhome right there. We wandered a little too far south, huh? Look how imposing that looks. With just how big the gate is and the skulls looking down. I play that often. It's like, again, with like these little systems that like work with each other. It's because in retail WoW, everyone just gets credit if you like tag the mob, unless they're like the different faction or something, I guess. But here, that person was incentivized to target that guy because I hadn't targeted him yet, so he could still get credit on it. But by doing so, it aided me because I wasn't fighting like 1v2 situation anymore. Just patrolling the overworld. Yeah, and like you need enough of them. And they need to be in the right locations as well. It's a very like difficult balancing act. I think like older versions of WoW tend to get it right though. Because either they group up enemies to where like enough of them are there to where you have to be on the lookout for them. Actually, you know what? Funnily enough, on the midnight beta, when I was like in leveling gear, right? There was like an okay amount of challenge. Granted, I was playing Red Paladin, so it's entirely possible Red Paladin just hit like a fucking wet noodle, right? But there was like plenty of times there where it's like, if I pulled too many mobs, like I was sweating it a bit. I think they are trying to reincorporate some of this like feel back into the game in their own way. It's like the praise system. Where it's like, I think they like talked about Prey and debuted Prey the wrong way. Prey is a system in Midnight where it's like you go to a guy called Astalor in Silvermoon and he says, okay, here's a bunch of people. Pick your bounty. Who do you want to pursue? You pick your target. You pick the difficulty. But what it does is it not only has it so when you're questing and doing stuff in the overworld, sometimes your bounty will like try to gank you. Maybe you find your bounty out in the world and you try to fight him as well. That's not all of it though. What else can happen, and not actually what can happen, what else happens is if you pick one of the high difficulty modes for Prey, it scales the world up. For those who don't remember or haven't played retail WoW, a massive problem when it comes to like actually caring is the overworld is so piss easy, you don't really have to pay attention all that much because, well, it's so piss easy. But if they give you an option to scale it up, it satiates the casual audience of people that just don't care about any of this and just want like do their objective and get out. But if you want a more difficult experience and like try to enjoy the open world and the content there, they can provide an avenue to do that. My main issue is, okay, when people get like mythic quality gear, everything's going to be run over anyways. That's fine. That's just kind of standard. But how high do we balance this? Right? It's like, it's a balancing act, right? Because like throughout the War Within, they've also tried to like make some of the new zones they've added a bit more consequential and a bit more dangerous. We had the Siren Isle with like 11.0.5 or was it 11.0.7? They introduced like a new zone called the Siren Isle. It was basically just like they took... Fuck me, dude! Hold on. Hold. I can get away. Get off me, dude. I can fight you. 1v1 me, bro. Yeah, that key was not meant to be. But like in Siren Isle, there was an optional storm phase for like the weekly. But what the storm phase did was it basically teleported you to like an alternate version of that zone where everything was harder and there were new objectives to do and stuff like that. In Koresh, you can go into like a phase warp to where you can't fly. You have to rely on like teleporting about the map with like these teleporters they have around the world. But they also try to like increase the difficulty of the mobs there. I think they are trying to like put some difficulty back into the world. It's just they haven't always nailed the balance with it. I'll be interested to see how the prey mechanic actually works. I haven't done it yet. I'm hoping prey is good. I really am. Okay, I need to save this sword because I need money. Okay, can you last another 8 seconds so I can mana tap you? That'd be huge. Oh, dude! You lasted 7. People love gear so much. I think one of the other big issues retail WoW has balance-wise is just the power delta. What do I mean by this? Basically, everything resets with a new patch. So when we get to tier 2, you don't really have to worry about like tier 1. But in classic WoW, the way that it kind of operated was, okay, you got a character to max level, congratulations. Now, let's get you to Molten Core. Nax is out? Okay, cool. Let's get you to Molten Core though. Then let's get you to the next raid. Then let's get you to like the next raid, etc, etc, etc. I think resetting power basically with an expansion feels far more seamless than constantly resetting it on a treadmill for each patch. It makes it feel far too seasonal. And I think you gain way too much power over the course of an expansion. I think they need to like rein it in. I think that would go a long way so where they don't have to like do a number squish like every other expansion. Because we're getting a number squish with Midnight. Actually, no, we already have it now. Fuck, dude! Run, boy, run. We got somewhere to go now. Run, boy, run. Wait. Heal, 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 heal. Massive heal. Massive heal. And it can stun. Oh, huge, 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 huge. Massive. So I think WoW should probably... Yeah, there's too much power creep. They need to rein in the delta between the amount of power you have when you get the max level for the first time and by the time the expansion ends. Because, like, if it's, like, here right now, they need to, like, make it like this and just rein it in drastically. I get it. They want people to feel more powerful and for it to basically be, like, a reset with each season. I think that's... Fuck, dude! I got fucked there at the end. My heal didn't go off. What was that? Why just spawn me in Narnia, man? Oh, that's brutal. That's so brutal. Why did that dude just go abracadabra? Well, I guess I have plenty of time to talk about this now without enough, like, dedicate half my brain to combat. I think they give you way too much power going from like one patch to the next. They need to rein it in. I think that would help a lot. And don't make it so like the last tier feels basically completely useless the moment the next tier comes out. I think they rely on like catch-up gear a bit too much. And especially with like the upgrade treadmill we have now, I feel like if people en masse do this like for a couple more expansions, it's gonna get very tiring. It's like I think they have a pretty dang good gearing system right now, especially in Midnight when they get rid of Valor Stones. But I do think it's gonna get extremely repetitive and just tiring mentally for a lot of people with like 1 or 2 more expansions of this. They need to make it not feel like everything resets with each new like patch. Because like if everything feels like it resets with each new expansion, you will get the same feeling over time, but it'll take a lot longer to get there. Whereas with the way they have it now, it's like you're speedrunning it. You're basically speedrunning getting to that endpoint. Okay, I am not level 20. I'm not equipped for that. I need 4 spinal dust. I also need Luzrin dead. I need to make sure. We need to scroll out. I need to make sure. Wow, we can scroll out a lot, huh? I need to make sure these guys don't respawn on my ass. That's my main issue. I was too zoomed in for an immersive experience. Reapply your buffs, streamer. Streamer, reapply your buffs. You're a paladin. Spend 3 GCDs doing this. Corruption was the best non-broken system in WoW. I hated BFA so much, but corruption, when you had it, was really cool. I hated having to acquire it, because like half the time your best corruption is something. Well, I'm thinking of the thing from like patch, the 0.2 patch. It's like the best one came from PvP, and it was soul crushing. I think I legitimately swapped my main in BFA because my best one came from PvP. I'm like, I am not doing this shit. And gear up as fast as possible. Yeah. And it's like with WoW, they like came to the understanding, I think, internally a while back, where it's like our best content is our endgame system. It is in our best interest because leveling got fucked just because of how like long the game went on for, right? Where it's like, it's in our best interest to funnel people into endgame, raid, dungeon, Mythic Plus, or high-end PvP as fast and easy as possible. But continually doing that erodes the RPG feel of the world. I was gonna go to sleep, but I woke up mode. So I no longer raid. I would like to raid, I just don't have a group. I think raiding would be fun. Team with like Mythic Plus, I just don't have a group. If we can get some people from like stream or something, that'd be really fun though. But, like, I love doing like the Delve Nemesis, like the big boss fights. Like, remember when we did Kaivesa on stream? That one fight that we did where it's like if you fuck up any mechanic and like you look in the exact wrong like angle, you just get one hit. It's like those fights are really fun to me. Like Kaivesa was probably, my opinion, not as good as the first one, but it was still like a bunch of fun. And I'll never forget, like as a kid, doing the Greenfire Warlock questline in Mr. Pandaria. That quest, that boss, like I rolled a Warlock simply to do that quest line and get Greenfire, and it was so dang cool. I basically somewhat learned the Warlock kit while doing that fight. Like try to break the game. Yeah, I think something like Corruption can work so well in like the final patch of the expansion, because at that point, who gives a shit, right? Just lean into the power fantasy side of things. But it's like, I think it helped that like Horrific Visions was so good too. I'm glad they brought that back. Like Horrific Visions, the scaling is fucked right now because of the level squish or the stat squish. But Horrific Visions are like some of the best content they've ever made. They're so good. Okay, we got Crusader up. Good. Good parry. Get Righteousness up again. Okay, I could legitimately see like a BFA remix going so hard. Like getting rid of the most annoying parts of BFA, like island farming and all that. Just leaning into corruptions and the wacky powers that you could get in BFA. That could be a hilarious remix. I doubt they do it anytime soon, because I'm convinced they're doing Wrath next, which could also be awesome. I need one spinal dust, please. Bro. I just need one spinal dust. Give it to me. Cook him. Come on. Why don't I ever heal in between mobs? I'm stupid. I can do it. I'm a man. Do it. Do it. Right click for Jesus. Let's go. Spinal dust. Let's go. Ooh, milk. Okay. Well, I'm not level 20 yet. I can probably... I can't teleport back to Tranquillion yet. I can walk my ass back. Stone of Flame. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Well, get me out of the dead scar. This place is scary and full of terrors. Good hit. Hell yeah, dude. Wool cloth. Okay, let's heal. Holy light! Ah. Okay, now let's move up. I think we're getting somewhat close to the end of Ghostlands. We have to do the Windrunner stuff. True. Death Home. With like this one quest. Zulaman stuff shouldn't like go online till a later patch. I think we're almost done with Ghostlands. Where the fuck do you go in Classic after Ghostlands? Hillspread, I guess? Ah, oh, fuck. Bro. Oh, bro. Can you get off me? Gotta fight this kitty now. Can I heal? Thank you. Whew, okay. We somehow survived that. Where am I? I'm all the way down here. Okay. Well, right at the ziggurat, at least. Knuckle rot. Can I sneak inside to get this chest? Let's try. Howling Ziggurat. Okay, sneak on inside. The shit. Okay. Let me beat this guy up real quick. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Back here? Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Good interrupt. Okay, good. Heal. Oh, dude, I timed that perfectly. Let's go. Got the heal off before he could even interrupt me. Timed that wrong. Still got a good healing though. Unrealistic predictions for the direct tomorrow. Reggie twerk off. Thing's gonna happen. They're gonna release a sequel to Arms called Legs. Since the partner direct. Yeah, I think my most unrealistic prediction, Xenosaga, or no, not even Xenosaga, Xenogears. Oh, hell. Don't go in the goo, don't go in the goo, don't go in the goo. Mana tap. Ah. No, not jerk off. Hello, meme cartoon. Welcome to the stream. Reggie twerk off. Not Reggie jerk off. Oh god. Feel like a rogue. Okay, got a stone of flame. Nice. Where do I even turn this in? I need another one, don't I? Yeah, I need a stone of light from over there. Blizzard announces WoW for consoles starting with the Switch 2. That would be crazy. That would be like hilarity. Oh, we actually, I forgot. I guess it's possible we could see like Halo campaign evolve tomorrow. Yeah, Bloodborne would be cool. Doubt that, but if we're going off on like unrealistic expectations, Bloodborne is directly up there, probably in the 1 slot. Bleeding Ziggurat. Oh, fuck this NPCs. Oh, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, damn, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hold. Can I get some good crits? I need a Shadow Bowl as well. Duskbloods is Bloodborne too. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I guess we could see Duskbloods tomorrow. Wouldn't that qualify as a partner? Where do I turn this quest in? Oh my god, they give you a ring? Huge. Oh, that's where I turn it in. Okay. Gotta walk all the way over there now. Nuh-uh. Best response to any situation is just a nuh-uh. There's no retort to it, you know? Have you committed a crime? Nuh-uh. Do you play League of Legends? Nuh-uh. Are you on the Epstein list? Nuh-uh. Do you own an Xbox? Nuh-uh. You know? There's no retort to nuh-uh. It's the ultimate defense. Showcase at Zelda. Wasn't it Zelda because of... It was like Hyrule Warriors, wasn't it? Just for Duskbloods. Yeah, well... Duskbloods doesn't even look that good to me either. It just looks like an extraction shooter, but with FromSoft combat. I don't need that. Elden Ring, Night Ring for Switch 2, but only cloud gaming. Oh god. Played McDonald's Wi-Fi for the True Souls experience, yeah. Come on, I gotta turn this quest in. Man! I'll get the one-handed blade, I guess.
Remember the Sunwell.
The rumors were true. The Stone of Light and the Stone of Flame do exist. We shall use their power to create weapons against the Khan. Use them when the time is right, and the energy of the Sunwell trapped within these objects will vanquish him with the very power he sought to steal from us.
We will have justice.
Everything we've done in the Ghostlands has been done with the goal of taking back what is rightfully ours. The Scourge have maintained their chokehold on the region for far too long. The time has come for payback, Cosmos. Thanks to your help and the help of our new allies, the Forsaken, vengeance will soon be ours. He who sought to steal the power of the Sunwell must die. Go to Deathhome, the Scourge stronghold south of the Dead Scar. Bring me Dakon's head and your deeds will go down in history. Holy shit, dude. Look at that sword. Oh my god. Look at that fucking thing. .1 additional DPS, 4 stamina, and 10 strength. Oh my god. Oh, and it's a sexy thing, ain't it? Oh, that's a sexy blade. Fitting for me, you know? What's this piece of shit look like? Dawnblade. Trash. Staff? Garbage. Bow? It's a bow. Congratulations. That's on the fucking trader poster right now, by the way. That. Testosterone. That I like.
Salama Ashalanore.
Yeah, salami to you too. Okay. What level is this bum? Where's Dakon? 21 plus! Nah, typo. Probably level 18. Probably level 16, actually. I can probably do that right now. Oh my god, my sword currently only has 3 strength. That's a 7 strength bonus. Ugh. That is such a big upgrade. Look at this piece of dog shit in my inventory, the Sunwell blade. Look at this fucking thing. You can use that to chop a stick, I guess. What a piece of shit that is. What is this? Same thing. Same waste of space blacksmith. Probably made that in an afternoon. Drunk off his ass. Doesn't your sword shoot fireballs, though? It shoots a shadow ball, sure. That obviously makes it better than a quest reward. I mean, yeah, this thing does shoot a shadow ball every now and then. Like, once every, like, stream. It does, sure. But I'm just saying, 10 strength, though? Fuck. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's also a feeling that I think retail WoW needs to recapture. The joy of gear. It's either you're in a gear drought in retail when you're leveling up, so the scaling's fucked, or they throw you so much gear you never really care about it. It's just one of those things that got affected by all those little decisions to curb friction over the years. This guy would be all the way up here, by the way. What a bum. I need a bird's eye view.
Baladash Malanore. Stay the course.
Do you have the zombie hearts I requested?
Time is of the essence.
Take this drought Cosmos. After you drink it, your physical strength against the Scourge will receive a boost. If you need more than this sample, bring me more hearts. Hey, got a great idea for you. Remember when I was farming all the undead? Yeah. Have this ready beforehand.
Salama Ashalanore.
Oh, but I needed the resources in order to make it. Have some other bum do it. I got the
Farewell.
spinal dust for you. Take this, Cosmos. You'll feel the difference immediately. Feel free to bring me more spinal dust. I can use as much of it as you can provide. Side effects? You might start feeling your joints acting up a bit. Nothing permanent, I assure you. Oh, cool.
Remember the
It's
Sunwell.
probably good for, like,
Hold your head high.
going into Deathhome. That's a really cool thing. I don't think I ever really did all the quests in this zone. That's a really cool idea. With, like, a lot of these quests are giving you, like, mechanisms and tools that you can leverage when you go into Deathhome for, like, the grand finale. That's a really cool idea.
Find items.
Scroll of agility. The fuck? Oh, dude, we have 3 gold. Nice. Let's put the Sunwell blade there.
We will have justice.
Okay. We have this one quest down here with Apprentice Vorel. But we can also do the Windrunner village. Clearing the way. That seems like it's important for this. Let's go to the Windrunner village. Rath's Tumor Supplies. There's a quest up there I haven't done yet? Now it feels like nothing. Yeah. It's like, I feel like the gearing system is interesting. It's just, I miss the weight behind a lot of these decisions, you know? There's a certain weight to all the decisions you make that I think, like, retail version just doesn't really have. I would really like to see them, like, try to reincorporate that. I mean, yeah, they are two different games, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, there's some ideas that I don't think should just be written off because of that. Mainly, like, the importance of, like, RPG elements and mechanics. That should be definitely brought back into retail, in my opinion. Maybe not in the exact same way as Classic did it, but it should be brought back in some way. Opening, opening, opening. Damn it! Damn you, ghoul. Opening, opening, opening right now. Come on, it's lovely weather to open this shit together. Be nice. Let's head to, there's an island over there. Get these guys off me. Get these bums off my ace. Die. The hell. No. So far, so good. Okay, good. Nice. Get him. Beautiful. Okay, now. Into occupied territory. Okay, well, I have to get up kind of early tomorrow. So I'm going to call the stream there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure making the video and the stream. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. Really helps the channel and helps support future content. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to doing even more WoW streams, especially as midnight gets in the gear. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you Meme. Thank you Bob, Hydro, Ultima, Fabuki, Bob, Star, Eosarin, John, Esther, Hydro, Eternal. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Stay safe, have a great day. And I'll see you all next time, people. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet